Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Wrestling for Life Network. Welcome to another live stream. Welcome to an early Monday edition of Raw. We're still in Italy. We got lots to talk about coming off the heels of Clash. It's going to be a fun afternoon, folks. Hope you're doing well. Get in that chat and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are the channel that brings you more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Happy to be back at it again. It's a Monday afternoon. The sun is shining. If you're stuck at work, hopefully you can hear my voice. If you're at home chilling and watching some wrestling, well, strap in. It's going to be a fun one today. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk Clash. We're going to talk what's going on. A busy wrestling week ahead, as always. We do have some of these afternoon shows. Make sure you click that bell. But I see that chat filling up already. How you doing? How you doing? How was your weekend? How you feeling today? Are you ready to go? Are you excited? Did you like Clash? What will happen tonight? And the question everybody is asking: will Jacob Fatu bend the knee to Roman Reigns? How will that play out? What will happen in Italy today? Easy for me to say. With all that being said, like, share, subscribe, click all the buttons, click all the links, be a part of the shows, be a part of the family, and thank you for being here today. You don't know who I am. I'm Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. Happy to be doing it again. Shout out to Big Nick. Shout out to Anthony. Hope they are well and feeling good, rolling through their Mondays, but hopefully Raw is not a grr Monday type of day here today. Not a lot announced. I mean, we're going to see Sol Ruka, your new IC champion. Of course, everyone's talking about Jacob Fatu. The King and the Queen of the Ring tournaments will start today as well. So there is some stuff going on. We're going to see how this looks, and we're going to talk about it. How do you feel about the King of the Ring? How do you feel about the brackets? How are we doing in as far as King of the Ring goes? It will all culminate at Night of Champions. We're looking forward to it. But with all that being said, let's get down to some business. Big shout out to Damien. Multiple time champion, as Damien ran away with it a little bit. Good score, a couple points ahead of most people. But big shout out to Damien on that one. Big points for getting the crown our new prediction champ. As always, every pay-per-view, the prediction title is on the line. Damien had to go through 2 pay-per-views to win this one. Shout out to Chris, our former champion, and congrats to Damien on this one. But, new champ. Top 3 from last night: Spaz, Billy, MDB. So top 3, that's your points. The more you chat, the more points you get. The more points you get, the higher on the chart you go. Super chat, super stickers get you a bonus. So make sure you use those super chats. Blow up the channel, folks. But with all of that out of the way, what else can I say here on a Monday to open this show? Well, let's talk about Clash a little. And then I'll say hello to the people. Clash happens, on Sunday. We get an afternoon show. Lots to talk about as far as how it played out. Mixed reviews. Some people said it was pretty good. Some people said it wasn't so good. I wonder where the chat here today falls on it. A day removed. How are you feeling about Clash? Did it deliver? For me, not a bad show, but it didn't really blow my socks off. And I mean, I feel like that's become kind of the MO for WWE as of late, is good shows, especially with the pay-per-views. Good, not necessarily great. We went through the motions. I mean, Gunther and Cody was a little quick, a little surprising. I think Rhea and Jade overachieved and did more than I expected. I think more and more people have to put a little bit of respect on Jade and what she's doing. Soul Becky was good. I didn't blow my socks off by any means. New champion, which is fun. And then, of course, Roman and Jacob. I mean, Roman and Jacob was a hell of a match. It kind of was, obviously the big point of the show. Roman gets the win. Nothing really changes in that regard. We see the MFTs show up. Jacob's defeated at the moment, and now it looks like Jacob has to take a knee for Roman. So it was good. I thought it was solid. I thought it was a really good main event. A lot of fun. But and maybe part of it is coming off such a good AAA show on Saturday. I mean, Clash just it lacks that little bit of spice, that little bit of something, that je ne sais quoi, if you will. I'm not sure why, but ultimately, we want kind of big moments in these pay-per-views, and we're getting some stuff. The one I did skip over, Oba and Brock, I thought played out exactly the way I expected it to, but ultimately, Brock gets the win. We're going to run it back, most likely. And again, we'll see how this looks. But I like this. I feel this feels so big, so epic, so separate from everything else out there. So I'm all for it. But that was Clash in a nutshell. I thought it was really good. But yeah, just, needs a little bit of something. I don't know what that something is, but I don't know. We'll talk about it. Blow up that chat. Let me know how you're feeling today. Don't forget those little reaction buttons. There is a poll up right now. Will Jacob actually bend the knee? 68% of the chat right now is saying yes. But speaking of the chat, let's say hello to the chat. Let's talk to you guys and see how you're doing. Zach in here first today. Welcome back, Zach. Happy Pride Month. Yes, shout out to everyone in the world. Happy Pride Month. Happy Men's Mental Health Month. These are a couple big ones. So, show your support, show your love. And yeah, happy Pride Month to everybody. We're almost at 11K subscribers. Be a friend, tell a friend. Like, share, and subscribe. We want to continue to grow, folks. Happy Pride Month from Dari. Welcome. Damien, the new champ. Looking forward to Rollins versus Braun. That's me. Oba, Femi versus Penta versus Carmelo versus I feel like you missed a name there. Oh, Solo. I skipped Solo. But yeah, very interesting. Very interesting group of four. Oba, we just saw, he's dealing with Brock Lesnar issues. Solo tied up into the MFT, the bloodline. How does this play out? Penta, your IC champion who's been cooking. Carmelo Hayes kind of tied up with Trick Williams going after that U.S. title. So a very interesting kind of mix of players in this one. And I don't necessarily love the Fatal 4-Way. Part of me kind of wishes that, just do the bracket. Do the bracket one-on-one. Earn it. And it's okay if the tournament goes a bit long. It's the one tournament a year that you do. It's got a long history. It's made a lot of stars. No reason to do a Fatal 4-Way and kind of rush to the semifinals. That's my one complaint. Liv Morgan versus Becky versus Alexa versus Chelsea Green. And I did it again. I skipped over Liv Morgan, Becky, Alexa, and Chelsea. There you go. We got all four. Yeah, same thing on the women's side. A bit of a mix. Becky is a front runner. She could win this and go on. Liv's already a champ, so that's a little interesting and a little bit, Alexa Bliss, of course, is always a threat. Chelsea Green's my vote. I love Chelsea Green. Let's go. Ronan, welcome back. Happy Pride Month as well. Happy 89th birthday to the voice of all generations, Morgan Freeman, 89. 89. That's crazy. Let's go. Shout out to Morgan Freeman. Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins is the main event of Raw, the King and Queen of the Ring. So have they announced Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins? Did I miss that? That's interesting. What's up, Sean Reed? How you doing? Everyone do what Reader says. Click the buttons, like, share, subscribe. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the shows. Clay Lewis, let's go. How you doing? I'll be watching it. Let's go. Now, remember, if you are tuning in and you are not actually seeing Raw till later tonight, especially if you're in the US of A, we are going to spoil some stuff. In fact, we're going to spoil all the stuffs. So if you don't want to know what's going to happen, now is not the time to watch us. Always, you can watch the replay when you watch the show. You can watch the replay after the show. You have all the replays down below in our library. So make sure that if you are tuning in, we are going to spoil some things. Don't forget, Friday, we're back here in the afternoon as well. Next Monday, we're going live at 2 p.m. or 1:45 again. So It's the European tour. They announced in September we're going to do a couple dates in Mexico, so we'll see how that affects the schedule. But essentially, folks, when they go live, we go live as much as we can. Cooper, almost time, so I'm catching up. Let's go. Sama, welcome back. Cooper, good to see you. Jake, the OTC. Sean Reed, congrats to Damien. I love it. OG Dale, let's go. June is in the house. Let's do this. June already. We're halfway through the year. Our Half-Lifeies will be coming up, I believe, mid-June. So keep an eye out for that. We will take the fan voting on who has had the best first half of the year. Best matches, which now we have new candidates right at the wire. But best matches, best shows, best bookers, all the fun stuff. So be here for that. We love doing the award shows, and that will be one of the Sundays in June. Roman, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Bradley, the giver of gifts. What is up? Monday afternoon in the summer. It feels right. It feels good. I like this. Then we'll go chill, grab a pop, and sit in the cool weather in the evening. It's good stuff. Nair, welcome back. How are you? How are you? Ding, ding. School's in. I just came to say hello. Gotta watch it on my phone at work. We'll miss you guys. Well, you can always watch us after. Thank you for popping in, and hopefully work's treating you well on a Monday, as we are about 2.5 minutes away from the start of the show, folks. So again, share this link, like, share, subscribe, and be a part of all the shows. Tomorrow's normal time, 7:45, we go live for NXT, and we'll see what happens in the ever-changing world of NXT. Hello, Dale and Bradley, says Cooper. Welcome back, Cooper. Good to see ya. Zach is already in the house. Shouting out Damien. Congrats. Damien, how many times have you won the title, buddy? I'm curious. How many W's you got under your belt, sir? Let's go. My Rams just stole Myles Garrett from the Browns. Give us the Super Bowl. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. Browns and Super Bowl in the same sentence doesn't seem like something I expect to say. So we'll see, buddy. Saw Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill from SmackDown of Queen of the Ring. Okay. Interesting. You're my tribal chief, Damien. Let's go. Congrats on being the new Wrestling for Life prediction champion. Yeah, shout out, man. It's good times. Clash in Italy was a spicy meatball. Let's go. All right, Jose, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Myles Garrett went to the Rams. That's the rumor. I'm learning like you're learning. Cherokee George. Should not Jade become queen again? Yeah, why not? But watch out for Charlotte. Charlotte's an interesting thing, and they keep teasing us with Charlotte and Jade, so I'm not too disappointed either way. I feel like I'm witnessing improvement in Jade, and I think Jade's best match ever was the last one she had at Clash. I think that's a fair statement. If anyone else out there can think of, well, this match was good. I mean, she was good at Mania, but I think it's just getting smoother for her. She's playing it up. Really seems to be dialing into that psychology of it all. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take a little break from the roll call, and we get the Netflix logo. So if you want to sync up with me, I'll let you know what I got, which I do have then. So if anyone's curious out there, I did get the then now. So hopefully, if you sync up, you can watch along at the same pace I'm watching. What's up, bonkers? Forever. All right, let's go. That's what I heard. Why everybody afternoon stream, we do crazy boop. Does go down one way or another. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? It's early. And again, the wrestling might suck. We never do. It doesn't matter if we're here at 3 in the afternoon, 3 in the morning, or your regular evening shows. It's always going to be a good time here at the channel. And hopefully I can keep the energy up all day long in the absence of my two buddies. My birthday is next month, July 27th. Cooper, my birthday is next month. Not the 27th, but you I'm a little before you there. But you're close. You're close, bro. Shout out to my fellow Leo. Charlotte and Jade will end up fighting towards the back. The very possible. Do we build that up? Do we keep teasing it a little? Is that something you save for SummerSlam, say? As right now, we are getting the video package from last night or yesterday. Clash, big crowd. We're getting all the headlines from around the sports community. The Cody Rhodes Gunther match, we have to admit, like, it felt too easy peasy. It felt too squeaky. It felt, yeah, sure, I had my foot under the rope. We're going to run it back. But it felt like we went through the motions. Just went through the motions. Da-da. Aaron with a record. We got 35.90. Let's go. That's one of the best ever. Is it just me or WWE pay-per-views becoming more and more boring? I don't know if I'm not there yet with it, Aaron, and thank you so much for the big super chat. But I will say the idea that they just don't leave you feeling jazzed, for lack of a better term, like pumped. Everyone that tuned into the stream on Saturday night, you saw the fun that Nick and I had. You saw the joy. Like, when you as a wrestling fan can kind of get caught up in the moment and go along with what they're doing, and it delivers, and everything from Phoenix, Laredo Kid, all the way to the main event, it all hit. The Vikings win the title. It works. It was a good match. The clowns are mad at each other. It was all compelling. It was all soap opera. It was all cinema. So I'm getting the replay of Brock and Oba. What a crazy match. But that being said, I feel like there's been a weird kind of, they just happen. Like, you don't necessarily leave a WWE pay-per-view anymore, or as of late, going like, man, what a good time. You're like high-fiving your buddies and you feel great about it because they kind of rocked your world. Double or Nothing did that for me. Like I said, AAA on Saturday did that for me, but Clash didn't. Like, did I hate it? No. Do I think it's like god awful and they need to, scrap everything and start over? No. But it's just like they did it. Right? I don't know. Like, I thought Jacob and Roman did a really good job bringing it home. Big fan, obviously, of Jacob Fatu. But we talk about like Gunther and Cody going like super fast, a controversial finish so that we get the next match. So it feels like mailed in a little, right? So I don't know. I mean, that's one of my challenges to the WWE, to Triple H and company is, one of the things out there is that AEW hands down does pay-per-view better, does PLE better. And if that's true, which it could be, and it might be, but if that is true, then you have to do something to address that, in my humble opinion. You can't just be the guys that, we're the big company and we put on shows. It's great. And you are the big bad monster in the room. But you got to continue to be that big bad monster. You got to produce things on a higher level. And I just feel like it lacks those, those holy shit moments. But we're opening the show, the van pulling up. There's one Oos. Just Jay. Oh, there's the other Oos. There's Jimmy. There's Roman. Apparently he was in a different car altogether. Give me my belt. What is the man? I guess Roman's such a champ. People carry his belt around for him and deliver it when he's ready. But we are wasting no time. The bloodline is here. Let's go. How we doing? How we doing on a Monday? I'm going to take this poll down in a second, but 64% of the chat. So a good amount of people feel like Jacob is not going to take that knee. Interesting. You think he's going to say no? You think he's going to find a way out of it? You think he's going to stand on business and keep his word? I am sorry, but they do not have the WWE hype anymore. I wouldn't go that far because I think right now they're selling a lot of shows on the hype. If that's fair, Aaron, I feel like they're selling the shows on the hype. Roman's going to fight Jacob. Gunther's going to fight Cody, Brock Oba. Like, it's a lot of hype, but not everything's hitting or matching that hype level when you get Showtime. Is that fair? Like, I mean, they're built on that reputation. They're built on this, this long-standing historic wrestling company that does it at the highest level. Like, the building is packed. The building is loud. They're in Italy. Wherever they go in the world, the building is packed. The building is live. That accounts for something. But you can't just rest on that. You have to kind of deliver. You want to keep it going. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Who else haven't I said hello to yet? As we are still getting the introduction and the entrance of Roman with Jay and Jimmy. Happy birthday to James Storm. Shout out James Storm. That's crazy. I bet Stephanie Vakura is returning. That's a safe bet, I think. Ricky, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, Denisha? Welcome back. I think Stephanie returns. A lot of people talking about Stephanie returning, Stephanie being involved. We expected her sooner than later. Does she go straight after Liv? Bump Cooper with some love for Tanisha. Bradley, nothing much for Jose. Let's go. Enjoy a rare afternoon Monday Night Raw so I can game tonight instead. Let's go, right? I know, us wrestling fans are creatures of habit, but, a couple of these tours once in a while, freeing up our evenings is not a terrible thing. Go on a date night, play some games, have a little fun, watch some sports. Maybe 3 of the 4 times. I don't remember. Yeah, okay. We might have a tracking system and such coming up. So stay tuned. We got something in the works. I'm not too excited for the Bloodline season 3. I mean, Guns, welcome. I'm not unexcited about it, and it is still big. It's still over. Roman gets such a crazy pop. But you're right in the sense of how do you run it back and keep it different? How do you make it, not feel like just the same routine? Roman gets in an argument. The Usos get beat up. Roman gets in a match. Somebody interferes. Roman gets a W. How do you not go there? Now, Roman keeps teasing. You're going to turn me back into the old me. We'll see. 5 time. Let's go. Damian just collecting belts. Illy was good show. I thought it was good. Jade is getting better. I think so. I truly do think she's improving. Jose, I think, 6 months ago, if she was in that match yesterday against Rhea, it doesn't look as strong as it did. I thought that match was really good. Here we go. Read it wrong, Tanisha. I said it wasn't. Oh, my bad. I'm causing fights here on a Monday. Roman's got a mic, shaking his head. Crowd is loud. My birthday is next month, July 12th. All right, close, Damien. I like the Julys. Anyone else out there with a July? Let's go. Right in the middle of summer. It's a good time. It means every year I get ice cream cake. Welcome to Monday Night Raw after Italy. And still in Italy. Gotta love a Leo. Facts. What's up, Coop? Roman. Their WWE Wednesday is Dynamite and the NBA Finals. Let's go. Why is everyone saying Oba is buried? Because they don't get wrestling. Anyone out there that you hear say, and I don't care how long they've been in the business or how long they've been out of the business or how many matches they've watched or how many years they've been watching. If anyone out there saying Oba is buried, they don't understand what they're watching. Oba's fine. Oba will be fine. This is called storytelling. If you want big heroes, they need to go through adversity. Oba never being tested, never having a misstep means he gets very uninteresting. You can only steamroll everyone for so long. Even the Oba challenge boiled down to nobody was going to accept it. Him losing to Brock the way he lost to Brock only made him look strong. He didn't get dusted. He battled. It took everything Brock has. So when they announced this third match, Brock Lesnar's nervous. Brock Lesnar's worried because Brock Lesnar knows this kid has already put him down. And Brock Lesnar knows it took him everything that he had to beat this kid. And if you got to run it back a third time, can Brock go there again? Does Brock have enough left in the tank to beat Obafemi? And the answer is no. That being said, the crowd is so loud and so consistent. Roman hasn't spoke yet. We are 12 minutes into the show, and Roman has yet to speak. Holy shit. Just next level over. Crowd's insane. Like I said, we are 12 minutes into the show. We got a 90-second video package, and we're finally getting Roman to talk. And now they go insane again. Turin, Italy is on fire. Cooking. I think they were saying Roman Reigns, give or take. Now fans say OTC. Now, yeah, they're loud again. Happy birthday, OTC. July birthday here too, the 15th, pushing the big 50. Ricky. Just ahead of me, my guy. There's going to be a fun one. I hope you got big plans. But yeah, another July birthday. I like it. Is that two people with the 15th? You lie in July. The lion sleeps tonight. You lie in July. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Shout out Safit. Welcome back. Hashtag miscommunication. Hashtag getting me in trouble. So Jay's got the mic. My birthday is on Wednesday. Roman, happy early birthday, buddy. This is going to be awesome. Now we're eating. This crowd is insane. I'm getting the impression that Italy is a big caffeine place. Espressos and coffees. Just all the energy. And here we go again. Oh, but Jacob fought too. Decent pop for Jacob. Are you the same animal but a different beast? That's very deep and philosophical. Let's go again. Very fair. Thank you. I just need more. And lately, it seems WWE is more focused on the matches than the shows and the PBVs. Yeah, to an extent. And I know a lot of talk about like a real pro wrestling and versus sports entertainment. And I always shoot it down because I believe that's a fallacy. It's all one and the same. And I know certain people want to put it in a box, but at the end of the day, you know, the heart of all this is it pays off in the ring. So you build up these matches, you tell these stories, but ultimately they should pay off with good matches. And I think sometimes with the WWE, the early stuff in a feud, Cody Gunther, for example, you know, that match was so quick and easy, but the argument's going to be, well, it's just the first match. It's setting up the next match. Yeah, but the match itself could have probably been a little better and ended in a way that you still get to that second match, but the match doesn't feel like, who cares? Just go out and do this. When he pins you, just throw your foot under. Like, it should have still been a battle. Gunther lost too easy, you know? So I agree with you. I mean, there's got to be something. And I think, you know, like I said, public perception is AEW might not have the best weekly show, but it definitely has outstanding pay-per-views. Even the most avid of AEW critics, you know, tend to compliment a lot of what they put together on the pay-per-views. We'll see. WWE's got to step it up a little, as far as I'm concerned. OTC. Crowd is just loud. More singing. Ole, 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 ole. Fatu. Let's go. Yeah, good evening. Greetings from Poland. The question is, why is Liv participating in the Queen of the Ring tournament? I know why. She wants to win the WWE Women's Championship. Okay, fair answer. And I'm sure she'll address it at some point. I still don't really love it. I like the King of the Ring being, a mix of kind of your mid card. She's already got a title. Give her some type of angle. Give her someone to work with, and then, build someone else up. It is what it is. I just don't think it's necessary that she's in there. Mike the Champ, how you doing, Mike? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I thought so too, Cooper. I thought this would end it, but Jacob face to face with Jay and gets barked at by Roman. Jacob. Time for the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, to acknowledge the official, the original tribal chief, the head of the table, our world heavyweight champion, OTC1, Roman Reigns. Let's go. Face to face, Jacob's got a mic. Tribal combat. Someone said they wanted to see AEW do a show in the arena so Darby can fall down. That giant set is, oh my God. I don't want to see that. I'm so afraid that this kid is going to do something bad, like super bad to himself live. And I don't want to see it. I almost feel a little bit of complicit because we watch all the time knowing that they're trying to kill him. I'm still right here, standing right here. Jacob's got that serious look. Almighty, welcome back. Is it me, or have we been getting a ton of wrestling this weekend? Just hoping they doing Bury, Jacob, and add to the story at least. Yeah, don't just walk off on them. And they are adding the story as we open the show tonight with it. Jacob, Roman staring each other down. The crowd is super loud. Good energy to start Raw this afternoon. And again, wherever you are in this world, I hope you're having a good day. I hope it's been a solid one. I hope you're getting through work if you're stuck there. I hope you're feeling good. And we got the wrestling rolling. Okay. But welcome back, Almighty. And it's been a lot of wrestling. I mean, some of the weekends are getting busy. We got a 2-night SummerSlam for the first time ever on the channel, because the first time ever happening. But we are going to be here for a marathon weekend for SummerSlam. We got lots coming your way still. May got busy. June gets a little quieter, but still lots coming your way. Let's go. The ones are up. The ones are up. By the way, use this if you tag someone. Makes sense. You don't have a belt holder, KJ. Right, we got to work on that. We need a belt holders. There you go. Jacob Fatu, I acknowledge you. No way. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Fatu has bent the knee. He has acknowledged Roman Reigns. The dude reaching out for a dab from Fatu is funny. And the whole crowd chants OTC. Jokes. The two embrace. So how does this look? What does this mean? An emotional, teary-eyed Jacob Fatu acknowledges Tribal Chief. Oh. You don't understand this right now, Jacob. Now Jimmy's got a mic. This is a warning shot to the entire locker room. We are the ones. One's up for everyone. Jacob slowly acknowledges. So the bigger, badder, more together than ever, perhaps, bloodline. Jacob falls in a line. And they put everybody in WWE on notice. Yeah, we can't show the shows. Thank you, Bradley. We would love to, but as we've learned from some content creators out there, if you use their stuff, they will shut you down. And again, let's be clear. Nobody got banned. They got in trouble for breaking the rules. Did he say Torino? I don't know. I might have missed that, Cooper. But yeah, how do we feel? How do we feel, folks? June 28th, 5-4, Eric. Let's go, buddy. Coming soon. If AEW worked the arena, what are the odds Darby would throw himself down the Giants? Oh, for sure. Wouldn't be able to help himself for even no reason. Why is he even over there? Like, we don't care. We're going to throw him. We'll watch him go down like the Slinky and fucking Ace Ventura. He makes a slinkity sound. Straight after Liv. Dale, I'm with you, buddy. That's a great idea. Actually, I don't know what I was going to do tonight, but going to game. There you go. There you go. Touch grass, folks, politely. Jay is calling out Jacob. So how do we feel about the bloodline united? That was from Kobe commercial with Kanye. Touche. I was looking at the top like, where's the the bloodline is back. Put your ones up. The butt line, says Carpenter. He ain't feeling it. How you doing, Paul? Ricky, the bloodline only gets stronger from here. Well, an obedient, dialed in Jacob Fought 2 is only a weapon for Roman Reigns. And now, again, they've got a little bit more of an edge. The Usos are definitely feeling more like, Uso penitentiary Usos. Even for them to turn around and let the locker room know, like, they are all on notice. This is a warning shot. So where do they go from here? Do the Usos go after the tag titles again? Does Jacob go after a mid-card title? Who goes after Roman? How do they function? This all sounds great on paper. This all seems like a good idea. But right now, they are talking. Did they just say they're going to do a special presentation of Night of the Grandes on Netflix? Is that what they said? As we go to the Italian commentary team, I stopped watching when the bloodline was in full power, though. So this is great. Okay, let's go. Jay looking like he's been drinking. Enjoying that wine. Seth Rollins taking on Braun Breaker, most likely the main event tonight. The bloodline, most dangerous faction in the history of WWE. Potentially a good argument to be made there. Very successful. Now, this is one of the things that, I don't know how much we've talked about it, but that developed over last week with the injury to Logan Paul. Braun Breaker is taking over that belt. So the tag titles are still in the Vision. The Vision is still alive. The Vision is holding on. And right now, your tag team champions are Braun Breaker and Austin Theory. And to me, that doesn't sound so bad. Not so bad at all. Oh, boy. Bloodline back and better. I like this, says Jose. Does Roman respect Fatu? Roman, yeah, I think there has to be a level of respect there. I think you watch Jimmy Jay over the years earn Roman's respect to a degree. Roman's always going to have that air about himself, but there has to be that level of, he knows what Jacob can do. But at the same time, respect is given. Respect is earned, sorry. But we are getting a King of the Ring package right now, King and Queen of the Ring. And once upon a time, King of the Ring was really, really big. Super popular. We always looked forward to it. We've had some decent ones. I'd kind of like to see the King of the Ring regain some of that form, some of that mystique. And I wonder if part of it is it's always kind of geared towards the Saudi show in the summer. So, I wonder if that changes the perspective from some of the fans out there. Jacob 5'2". He's not 5'2". That's crazy. Thought he was setting an example for his kids. I like it. Got to be a man of your word. Jacob reminds me of Uncle Umaga a lot, for sure. As we are getting the bracket on the screen right now for the King and Queen of the Ring, I will put a poll up when the match gets going. Let me see. Let me go through some of these names, some of these matchups. You guys can let me know how you feel about them. But Fatal 4-Way, we know we're getting Green, Bliss, Lynch, and Morgan tonight. Ruka, Bird Lady, Flair, and Jade being in the same match is going to be insane. We'll see how that plays out. Rodriguez, Kiana, James might be a sleeper. JC also might be a sleeper here. Bailey, Pamela, we love you, but I don't know, you're in trouble. Julia in there with Legend, Sky, and Perez. That's a tough one as well. That's going to be a hell of a match. Julia, Io, Perez, and Legend. As here comes Penta. All right, here comes a poll, folks. You let me know who you're taking in this one. Penta. We haven't even talked about the men yet, but Penta, Oba, Solo, and Hayes. So some big bodies in there. Carmelo, the little guy in the group. This shall be very interesting. Oba. Does this have to be Oba? Is there something up here? Any idea how we get out of this without Oba getting involved or getting the win? Right? This has to be Oba. So I do believe we go to commercial break. Penna's still coming down the aisle. Yeah, there's got to be something here. There's got to be something afoot, don't you think? Right? This is Oba gets messed with or Oba wins, right? King, Oba, Queen, Perez. That's a good idea, Mr. AR1. Welcome back. Everybody out there right now, if you can hear my voice, who are you taking for King and Queen of the Ring? Now that we know the tournament, now that we know what it looks like, who's going to win? Who's going to win? Excuse me, folks. Who's taking the W? Rollins. Got to be a favorite. LA Knight, Royce Keys. Jey Uso. Braun Breaker's got to be a fave. Trick Williams, super popular right now. Very interesting. Oba's a beast. Penna's over as hell. Women's side of things, Liv Morgan's already a champ. Becky's always dangerous. Bliss is always dangerous. Could it be Rodriguez makes a statement? Flair, Jade, Lash, Io. Just randomly yelling out names at this point. All the King of the Ring are 4-ways, huh? So the quarterfinals are essentially fatal 4-ways, Paul. And I will say I don't like it. I don't know why, especially with, the amount of TV time we have, why we couldn't do individual matches. Split the fatal 4-ways up into 2 matches, right? Carmelo versus Penta, Oba versus whoever. Solo, sorry. And then go. I mean, just build the tournament. The fatal 4-way as like a way to get into the semis, and we're already at the semis. Not my favorite choice. Did Solo do a whole kneeling and acknowledging to OTC after tribal combat? I feel like there was something, Reed. Feel like there was something. Jason, good to see you. BJ, welcome, welcome, welcome. Solo gets pinned by Oba. Now we do have Tolo Tonga out here, so we'll see if how much he plays a factor. Brock went back to Canada. I guarantee it. Yeah, put his feet up, take a breath. But I mean, stay in Italy a couple days, get a win yesterday, mess with Oba today, go back to Canada tomorrow. I love Hayes' song. It's good. It hits. When you think about it, if Oba was not going to win the tournament, this would be the time to have him lose as he's still exhausted. Yeah, is it? And plus, you're in a fatal four-way, so can he not technically lose, but not win? Is that fair? That's possible. Could be a thing. So we are about just over 30 minutes into the show at this point. Big start to the show. Jacob bends the knee, acknowledges Roman Reigns. The bloodline looks together. The bloodline looks strong. Obama. Femi? It doesn't flow the same. It doesn't flow the same, my guy. Welcome back, sir. The Knee Pad Patrol on a Monday. How you doing? Yeah, it just doesn't roll off the tongue the same way. Obama. But the crowd goes loud. Oba Femi pins Solo. Makes sense. The King of the Ring is harder to predict than the Owen Hart. Fair enough. That's okay. I think so. At least on the men's side for sure. That's who's the wild card. We'll find out on Wednesday who takes on Windsor. Oh, let's go. Congrats, Damien. I know he won't see that because I think he blocked me. I didn't realize you could do that. But hey, unblock each other. Have some love. But he says congrats. At what time is Raw starting? Raw is 30 minutes in already, folks. Thank you, Dale. Hades. Just like that, Jacob reduced to nothing. Yeah, I disagree, Hades. Again, I think the fans overreact. I think that's an overreaction. Jacob's fine. And, he bends the knee to Roman. Roman's somebody special. But we all get the idea. We all understand that this is temporary. People still love Jacob. Jacob's still the badass. When Jacob threw that one up and then gave his old head shake, the crowd popped. He's not reduced. He's the protagonist in the story being held down right now. And there's nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong. It's good storytelling. And saying that Jacob's nothing, that's a crazy overstep, but it means to me that maybe you're not picking up on the story being told. So, yeah, he's perfectly fine. No, Jacob's Jacob. I don't think that's in any question. Europe time. Well, more specific, because I don't think Europe has all the same time, but it's on right now. How about that? Solo goes in and decimates everybody. And the crowd snaps. Carmelo, yeah, I don't think so. Carmelo might take the pin, though. Who? Oh. Oh, crowd is so loud. Anybody think he's buried? No, all three men jump him. And we are off and running. How does the chat feel about this one? 70% going Oba. Solo 0. Carmelo 16. And Penta 12. So I'm surprised Hayes got more than Penta. But I'm surprised nobody, not one sympathy vote for Solo, who Oba walks down Solo right now. Love it. Ba, 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 ba. Penta pendulum drop kick. Right? Come on now. Show some love. Oba is mad. Yeah, wouldn't you be? Oh, Carmelo threw Penta into the corner. Here comes Mello. Oba is so over, it's insane. And anybody out on the internet right now that's, oh, look what they did to Oba. Oba be fine. Just like Jacob Fatu, they are fine. Everyone microscoping wins and losses. They don't get wrestling. And I mean that respectfully, but if you don't understand that there's more to a win and a loss or more to a moment, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here. Think of any fucking movie you've ever watched and how they play out. That's the story you're trying to tell. Oh, you think? You think? Breaking news: Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn are replacing Ricky Saints and Tala Tonga. Oh shit! Why? Like I'm looking at Tala right now. Oh, is Ricky legit got hurt? Eh? Is there any other way, my guy? Is there any other way? You got to come get this Canadian. Good. Poor Solo. Oba Femi left arm. Remember, he was selling us yesterday. So is that a continuation? I know in recent memory, the fans have kind of been fooled by proper selling, but he sold that arm all match. So if you have a match the next day, you sell that arm some more, right? Yeah, the Avengers were buried when the Thanos snapped his fingers, or they were buried, when Loki first got the fucking, the sphere and started causing trouble. Like you have to go through adversity, right? Act 1, things are great. Act 2, oh shit, bad stuff. Act 3, bad guy flexes. Act 4, come up with a plan. Act 5, initiate plan. Act 6, hero be a hero. Like it's fucking textbook. But people are like, oh, they're good. They should never lose. Yeah, you just win always. You can't have a moment. You can't have a reason to battle back. Is it because some fans out there just never had to battle through stuff so they don't get it? What do you mean you don't just always get your way? I don't know, but Oba is walking. We got the stairs. Carmelo and Penta left in the ring. So is this how you get away from Oba being involved in the finish? Penta gets the W. Carmelo steals the W here. Drew McIntyre. Welcome back, Drew. Sammy for King of the Ring. Let's go. Sammy. Crowd still chanting Oba through this whole match. Yeah, good point, right? No, the wild card will be a surprise on Wednesday. It's funny. That's all that matters. Oba. Oh, snapmare. Oh, shit. Ricky got hurt. It seems so. Damian low-key been making shit up. I haven't heard any of it, so but I don't know. I don't know that it's Damian. I think Damian has some sus sources. Hashtag sussy sources. King of the Ring tournament is now underway. Yes. So this is your first official match of the 2026 King of the Ring. Carmelo and Penta in the ring. Solo and Oba, I believe, have made it back to ringside. And Penta telling everyone to shush. And then he realized, my back's to the camera. Let me fix this. And back from commercial, folks. Oba's arm still hurt. It should. I genuinely appreciate pro wrestlers that sell shit beyond just 30 seconds after it happens. There you go. I trust that you read it, man. I believe you. Now, sometimes, it's spiteful. I don't know. All right. Could be true. Just when you think you got the plot, KJ hits you with another possibility, and that's storytelling, folks. That's the fun part of it. If you, I mean, again, we talk a lot about in wrestling about predictability. And if you think of all the years that you watched, think about the world champions that had multi-year runs and big, extended championship runs, right? Fans back then were talking about like, oh, we're so sick of Bruno. They were like, this guy's a hero. It's impossible to beat him. Then finally, when someone beat him, it was, holy Evan shit, somebody beat him. And I think that's where some of the fans, just the lack of patience, and I think you see it a little bit in some of the younger companies, I'll put it that way to be polite, where it's just not being patient enough, not being confident enough to be patient to let something grow. And if it's just straightforward, people are already saying, are we getting tired of the open challenges by Oba? Like, well, this is silly. Well, and they get him in. Now he's in something, and people are like, I don't know. And now Solo and Tola teaming up on Oba, and Oba gets kicked in the face, and he's stuck in the guardrail. Tola helps him out. Oba's still selling, which is why having veterans in the back with experience and monitor young wrestlers is important. And quality producers as Penta takes out Solo. Carmelo misses Penta. Both men go down. He missed. Are you trying to make me pre-mad? Right? We don't even know if it's true yet. So that's definitely pre-mad. Sammy for King. Sammy the King. Penta back in. Super kick. Sussy sources. Carmelo takes down Solo. Good pace. Good match. Lots of shit happening. Penta driver. Solo breaks it up. Is Bruno Sammartino of this community? Right? Let's go, right? I just think, again, I think people got to understand what's at play. And like, I mean, predictability doesn't always mean it's no different than when you think of, I always put things in sports perspective, right? If you have a heavy favorite, they generally win. But, Oba's back. Oba's back. Tola goes after Oba again. Oba dodges. Clothesline. Oh! Goodbye, Carmelo. Spine buster to Penta. Now he takes off to the outside, almost falls. Grabs Tola. The man's on a roll. Drops Tola on the table. The table says, I got you, bro. Ducks under, up. Down goes Solo. And Oba says, y'all thought I lost last night was a problem. I'm good. Solo. Just about everyone called this, right? Fall from grace, and it's over. And Oba enters the semifinals of the King of the Ring, and it was emphatic. And that's how you get a get back when you take an L. Being a Liv Dom fan, no, shut up, and a fan of them as individuals in 2026 is worse than anything the worst writer could ever write. 316, I'm going to answer this one more time, and I'm never going to click on any comment that you make in this in context ever again. The last explanation I will give you to this is this. Dom has a championship belt. Dom was a big part of WrestleMania and the Finn storyline. Liv is the champion. You can't get any better than that. They even made a little music video for her, so she feels like a pop star. They are killing it. They are stars. They are fine. And if you don't think so, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. But stop spamming the chat with the same comment over and over and over. If you think we're mean or you think we hate Liv, I love Liv, super fan of Liv. But enough. What if we get Sammy back in the bloodline too? I don't think that's the vibe they're going for at this moment, but never say never, especially with Sammy being, angry Sammy. Magic cooking. It was a good match. I mean, but all the fans pissed. I love this. What did you just say? What I do with taking 7 F5s? I took your best shot. Five shots couldn't stop me. I took it and smiled. Oba letting everyone know. Oba is buried. Yeah, just buried. He's ruined. Buried. It's terrible. So that, I mean, the very interesting dynamic now, because Oba goes to the semifinals. If Oba Femi wins the King of the Ring, Oba Femi is going after Roman Reigns, most likely. But the crowd is losing their mind. And the fact that Oba, other than the fact that Oba called it out, he did a pretty good job making us forget that he took an L. But dominant. I got that right. And Oba, Femi, pins. So yeah, you did. Nailed it. 1-0. The ruler wants his spot on the top of the mountain. Let's go. Who's going to stop him? Good match. Oba, fall from grace. Oba got a mic. I'm catching up. Liv Morgan, ain't even all that for you to be acting like this. She's great. She really is. Dom's outstanding. All types of heat. Did great with the IC title. I'm looking forward to, I think, him and Grande at Triple Mania for that belt's going to cook just a special level. A lot of people are saying you're not going to top Mask vs. Mask. Well, we have 6 months to try. But right now we go to a Braun Breaker package. But Liv is an absolute superstar. She is gorgeous. She's a 10. She's got a great ability to do what she does. She can be lovable. She can be a complete pain in the ass. She can be that just irritating girlfriend that screams and yells and whines and generally gets their dude punched in the face more than he does. But yeah, she's good at what she does. She's at the top of the food chain. She is going to be challenged by people within Judgment Day, as far as Roxanne and Raquel. So give it time, patience. But in a world where you see somebody as world champion, booked a lot, has a lot of presence on the show, and be upset, worst booking ever. The fuck do you want? You want her to be the president of the company? You want her to book? You want her to take Triple H's job? Maybe we put her on commentary. Michael Cole can retire early. Liv Morgan needs more TV time. There's a limit. What are we going to do? How do you make her better? Right now, is she a little quiet? Yeah, but if she's always on, then we get sick and tired of people that are always in our face. Mr. Moxley, Oba Femi, and Braun Breaker in the semifinals. Insane, right? Insane. And with Oba versus Breaker, I think there's outs there. If you're worried about protecting either guy, you get Breaker, can get upset by Steph. Oba can get upset by Brock. People can get involved. There's other people at play. Theories, a troublesome thing. Paul Heyman. So you have outs. But Oba Femi, Braun Breaker semifinal, 2 weeks from now. Let's go. Oba Femi is one man. Oh, it's insane. When he came back in, took out Tala, and then just ran amok. Down goes Carmelo. Down goes Penta. And you don't blink an eye. It's going to be a crazy main event tonight. And what will it mean? How will this play out? Is there anybody out there? Is Bronson Reed lurking? How close is Bronson? Though, a very serious injury. I'm not sure he's ready yet. But we got Sol Ruca, your new IC champ. Let's go. KJ, when was the last time we seen Drew McIntyre on TV? Mania, right? Just after Mania? When did he? Yeah, Mania was the last time we got Drew. So I think Drew's another example. They're like, where's Randy, right? So I think we go through ebbs and flows. They just got to make sure that we don't lose, whatever somebody has going. It's been a while. So if Drew's back on Friday, that's a big story. Oba is so good on the mic. That's the other part, right? Like we talk a lot about the strut, the entrance. Well, Oba's just a gimmick like Yeet. Nope, that's not true. Well, he's a big body and he's dominant. Yeah, that is true, but that's not why or the only reason why. Then you grab the mic and he can talk. You're like, shit, he is a outstanding talent. And his promos are good. His confidence is good. Like, he is insanely confident and charismatic, especially for a guy who's young, like this young. As Lash Legend joining Byron, which I do believe is a commercial break for some of us out there. Or no, actually, everyone's on Netflix. So is everybody getting Lash? Silly Dave. MDB, you're all right with Sammy joining the bloodline again. Oof. Did he say that? Where did he say that? I got questions. 101, I will see you down the line. Facts. I will see you down the line. Now, if you do Oba goes to, if you focus on Oba, King of the Ring, Night of Champions, and Brock, down the line is SummerSlam, makes sense. F35. He's right, though. It took 7 F5s. Guy's a star. There you go. See, big question is who's Roman Reigns going to face besides Bloodline and Cody. He does what face anyone else besides his family? That is a very good question right now. So you tame Jacob. Jacob's good. Jacob's in line. What now? Who steps up in the meantime? Because if Roman ain't doing anything, it's going to be very hard to create the problems that they need to create. So I'm curious. I'm with you right now, 316. I don't know. Raw's already on. Cooper, you already know the answer. Liv is all that in a bag of chips. 350. I thought that. Like, my brain said 350, and then my mouth almost said it. Then I paused. There we go. 350. F350. So it looks like we're going to get the Fatal 4-Way for the ladies next. Oh, later on tonight. Sol Ruka coming up next. I forgot they announced that. But yeah, folks, don't forget we are back tomorrow for NXT, here on Wednesday for Dynamite. I do believe it's back down to 2 hours of Dynamite, which is good. Thursday Impact, Friday SmackDown in the afternoon. We're still on the tour Friday, so make sure you're here early. Click your little bell. Keep that bell clicked because you never know when we're going to pop up. We're working on more things for the fans out there. I know I say this all the time, but we are. We're always working on new, improving the look, improving the vibe, and adding more content. We're trying to find windows to bring back original content. We have our Half-Lifeies, our half-year awards coming up. So much coming your way. If you like the channel, make sure you comment on these videos, click those reaction buttons, and the nicest thing you can do is share our link with anybody you know or anywhere that they talk wrestling. We greatly appreciate it. We're grinding towards 11. It's a grind, and we love this grind, and we want to continue to see this baby grow. As here comes Soruka. I had to look twice. I thought it might have been Charlotte Flair for a second. Oba could have a historic 2026, retired Brock, King of the Ring, and possibly beat Roman for the world title. Yeah. The world is his oyster at this moment. How are you, Anthony? It feels strange watching you in the afternoon. It feels strange being on in the afternoon. Like, mentally trying to get prepared for, like, middle of the day. It's tricky. So hopefully I'm doing all right. I haven't completely lost the chat's interest. Lash Man, Yum Yums. I haven't clicked it yet. Soul's here. And you all know I'm a sucker for a tall blonde beach girl.
Yum Yums. Yum Yums.
A bonus one for Lash. Again, never a lack of Yum Yums on the programming, as she's wearing all the knitted attire. Looks like her grandma made her outfit tonight, which is nice. It's cute. We don't need another Bloodline story. It's like NWO 2.0. As long as it's interesting. And so far, it's been interesting. We might not need gets thrown around a lot. I know it's something Nick and I battle about quite a bit, the word need. We don't need it, but if you're going to do it, make it good, right? So maybe we don't need it. But if it's cool, and I think so far so good, the Jacob angle I thought's been good. Jacob bending the knee is interesting. How does Solo and MFT play into it? Don't know. Why do they have a bad attitude? Why are they warning everybody who's next on the docket? So if they can make it good, I got no problem with them running it back. It's if you run it back and it sucks. If you get, as we get, you deserve it, Chance. Solo's got a mic. Shout out to Kathy Kelly. She doing her thing. I'm not saying that Jacob won't ever get back to the title picture, but he's going to be a lackey for a while. I agree with that. That's true, Hades, 100%. I do think that's by design, though. I don't know that it's necessarily a bad thing. I do think that he will be a lackey, but in a world where, again, you kind of don't want to burn a guy out, especially a guy that's all gas, no brakes, maybe cooling him and kind of putting him in this spot. I think this way, when he does come back up, the redemption story, the overcoming the oppressor is always a fan favorite. And it's hard when you have a guy like Jacob to make him feel that he's in that position. He always feels like a guy that's going to win the fight. So I don't mind what they're doing, and I agree with you. That is, you're accurate with that. So I think they're trying to chant Sol Ruka, and she's just wowing. Sol's a star. I know the lady had a couple of hiccups in her first couple matches, a couple botches that didn't go well, bad timed. And I know some of the very knee-jerk fans, the fickle fans, were very like, oh, fire her. Like, go get rid of her. She's going to be a waitress for the rest of her life. Like, what? She's a star. She is a star. She's young, she's new, but she's athletic, she's exciting, and I'm good with it. There you go. I get Dale right here. I get that one for sure, my guy. If you feel the way you feel about Charlotte, almost you have to feel some love for Ruka at this point. I do think that they need to add more match on the PLE. They can't have 5 and 2 on ESPN and 3 on the app. I completely agree. I said this yesterday. It doesn't feel like enough. It just doesn't. It feels like going to like a high-end restaurant and it's like 80 fucking bucks. That's not that high. But you go into an upper scale restaurant paying $200 for your meal, but it's like three little things in the middle of your plate with a squiggly of sauce. Like, I don't get it. And that to me is kind of what I feel like with WWE. And maybe that is a part of it. There's not enough to kind of like, it just feels like, oh, okay, that was it. I think they should introduce two pre-show matches, make them other matches, IC title matches, tag title matches. Don't put your world titles on your pre-show, but legitimately work matches into your pre-show on ESPN. Because look what happened with Gunther and Cody. It's on ESPN. They got max with including entrances. You get 20 minutes, right? So we get like a 12-minute man match. The new women's IC champion, Sol, the Soul Snatcher, Ruka. As we go to Michael and Corey, congrats to Sol. And like I said, she's a star. And I know I'm a bit of a soul simp, if you will. Hashtag that. But we go back to Cody after. And Cody and Roman. So are they going to face off at Night of Champions? As they go face to face and Cody just walks off. Now they're showing the bloodline. Does Roman say, fuck it, I want both belts? Roman saying he needs to understand tough love. Some yum-yums out there. Look, bonus, so I got 2 on the go. On request.
Yum-yums.
Let's go. Jacob has to climb his way back up. I think we agree on that for sure. Do we get Becky versus Jessica Carr at some point? I think so. I really do. I think so. I like it. I like how this is building. Right? Every time they kind of work together, they're static. And I like the idea that, Jess gets pissed and then there's like a match. And for some fans out there, they're like, oh shit, Becky's going to kick the shit out of a referee. And they will be, they'll learn very quick. Like, oh shit, Jess can go. Babooyaka, Rey Mysterio, the GM of AAA, coming off a very successful Night of the Grandes. escorting Dragon Lee out. Oh, we're getting a tag team match, player. All right, folks. I don't know who's competing in this, but we'll find out in a second. But Dragon Lee and Ray. Dragon Lee, Ray's adopted son. The son he always wanted. Against Paige and Rusev. All right. So we got Paige and Rusev taking on LeRae. And this should be interesting. Booyaka, booyaka. Crowd still loud in Italy. What's the time? So we're just past the first hour. Not bad, not bad. Camera is shaking. Happy birthday to Paul Schreier, aka Bulk from Power Rangers. Okay. I got soul, but I'm not a soul man. I like it. Now I know that's a lyric. But we do get tired of 12 matches from AEW. There is a difference, right? Like I do think, and I do agree with you, Jason. I mean, 12 is okay. It's not my fave. And that's just I have a different philosophy when it comes to pre-show than maybe Tony Khan. And that I'm okay with. I don't love throwing in two kind of like nothing matches. I still think a match on a pay-per-view should have some substance. Right? Doing like Big Boom AJ in the pre-show of every pay-per-view, you start to lose my interest. So that's where my concern is. If you're going to do 12, like what I liked about Double or Nothing was out of the 12 matches, most of them were really good. A couple not, average so-so matches, but they really hit the mark. So if you're going to do 12, make them great. I think WWE's put themselves in a position when you have 5 matches, they all have to be bangers or a big chunk of the show feels meh. And I think that makes sense, right? Here comes Rusev. If Shawn Michaels sees something special in Soul, you got to trust Shawn. Yeah, I think she's fine. I think she's going to be really good. And I personally, like, we've watched a lot of Soul Ruka since she's come on the scene, and she's developed faster than some of the other ladies. Again, like a big personality, the good gimmick. It's a fun gimmick. It's light. It's something that you could see young wrestling fans getting into, young girls getting into as well. It's good. It's a chill vibe. She brings it, and then I don't want to overlook the fact that she is super athletic. She's strong in that ring. It's like going to a fancy restaurant and walking out still hungry. Facts, right? I'm going to hit In and Out on the way home from the $300 meal I just had. I'm proud of Soul, Mark. Yeah, I think so. I'm a proud soul, Mark. Never mind. I reread that. Let's go. We need to make a panel on this if we want 12 matches or 7. I think 12 matches is a bit much. I think 10's good. I think if WWE did 7 and, Tony wanted to do a couple extra, like a 10, 11, 12. Again, if you do a show like Double or Nothing, and, I didn't really like the Moxley match, but everyone knew KJ was not going to like the Moxley match. I don't think Athena and Mina was a pay-per-view level match. So the rest of it, 10 matches, perfect. And they're all quality. I think WWE put two shows on your pre-show, put 5 shows on your main show, and make the shows feel kind of robust. Make them feel big. Like make them like as far as duration. Like again, I feel like I leave a lot of WWE pay-per-views like, all right, that happened. Clean 3 hours in and out. Maybe they kind of hit their time marks. There's no, I don't know. It just they don't feel they're lacking any special feeling. Soul and Solo should team up, right? So Solo. As we go to the replay of Ray getting the win over Rusev. So is Roman the tribal mentor now? Yeah, well, yeah, the old wise one. He's that guy. But it looks like we're setting up Cody Roman, right? AAA general manager Ray, Jessica Carr as a wrestler. Yeah, exactly, right? So that becomes a really cool moment is, when you get her, for not everybody that's paying attention at that level, there are going to be people like, holy fuck, look at her go. I think it works. It really works. Plus, even those of us who know that she does wrestle, we know she's new. She's younger. She's just training. She's learning. So, going toe-to-toe with Becky is not a bad thing. But we are getting the start of this match, ladies and gentlemen. Lee Ray taking on Paige and Rusev. 62% going with Lee Ray. Crowd is loud. Balkan Skull. Facts. Lee Ray, Mysterio for the win. Ethan Page and Rusev for the win. I kind of like Ethan Page and Rusev finding a way to win this one. Isn't it Go-Go Gadget? Go-Go Gadget arms? Go Gadget go. Very true, KJ. I wouldn't be I wouldn't mind the pre-show matches again in WWE, but everybody is going to be pissed to see who is in it, so we can't win for nothing. I mean, that becomes the dilemma, right? Like, the minute they put two matches, oh, look, they're putting Brock Lesnar on the pre-show. They put Gunther and Cody on our pre-show. I don't really know if it qualifies as an official pre-show. But I think if you do some of the mid-card stuff on the pre-show, in a show where you only have 5 matches, it just feels so weird now. Like yesterday, perfect example, you get 2 matches, and then you got to switch to the app for 3 matches. But 3 matches doesn't feel like a very full card. I don't think that's unfair to say. I don't think that's inaccurate in any way, but when you tune in to ESPN and they're like, here's 3 matches for you. Yeah, all right. That's it. That's all you got. Well, we did 2 earlier. Well, okay. Is that pre-show? Like, does it matter? How do we, is it 5 total? We're good. How do you decipher it? It's tricky. And now again, if you give us a pay-per-view and you only do 4 matches, but all 4 matches absolutely burn, well, then you got no argument. You're like, holy fuck, what a great pay-per-view. But people aren't saying that about your pay-per-views. A lot of people are saying good pay-per-view, not bad. Even Mania. Night 1 was garbage, 2 was really good. But nobody's saying, like, pay-per-view of the year. Got to hit up AAA taco spot after leaving the fancy WWE restaurant. Facts. Right? That's kind of ironic. Works perfect, Jose. Jessica Carr. Ref at the match. That's true. I'm a huge fan of Ethan Page. This is great. I like this. Ricky, I'm with you. Big fan, fellow Canadian. And I think Ethan's doing great. And he'll continue to kind of be that pain in the ass heel forever, whoever he goes after. But a very strong personality that knows how to convey it. But Rusev's on a knee. Dragon Lee pointing to Ray. The crowd pops. Io Sky versus Julia versus Roxanne Perez versus Lash Legend, not Liv Morgan. All right. Not Liv Morgan. Did I say Liv Morgan? Or are you saying they've changed something? Perez, Sky, Julia, Legend. Okay. That's going to be a great match. An absolute great match. TKO is a C student. They do just enough. That's what it feels like. And I keep cautioning. I do believe that fans, and we've seen pushback in the music industry, right? You have governments coming out with ticket laws and such, and you're seeing musicians kind of buck the system and, hey, we're going to go on tour, but we're going to price control our tour because the fans are being gouged. Every industry has a breaking point where just enough's enough. And if it feels, and this is what I feel like happened in UFC, was I felt like the UFC was just give us your money, give us your money, give us your money. And the quality of what you were giving back for that money started tapering off. So it came out, we're getting all this money for all the, so, just get all these people into the building. We'll sell them on names. The actual product won't be good. It's the half empty bag of chips. That's the dilemma. Oh, I got a nice big bag of chips. It's great. No, but they only gave you half a bag. The rest of it's air. And all they want you to do is participate in the advertising. And when that becomes apparent, when that becomes obvious, which a lot of people have talked about with TKO in 2026, you alienate the fan base, and there will be a pushback point. WWE has gone through it before. WWE has gone through some very unpopular periods where a lot of fans tapered away, went and did other things, learned other hobbies. There will come that time, and maybe they're getting closer and closer to it based on who you listen to. But it can't just sell us on, look at these cool names on this show, and then the show's kind of just going through the motions. It can't start feeling like internet boxing pay-per-views. Oh, so-and-so's going to fight so-and-so. It's going to be the best fight ever. And you tune in, and it's, that fight sucked. The match tonight, there's a fatal four-way tonight, which I do believe would be Liv, Lynch, Bliss, and Green, right? I don't know. That's how I think it's going. Smash the buttons. Let's go. Hit all those buttons. We got lots of people hanging out here today. I should see at least, I think 12 of you owe me a thumbs up. Who's watching? Who's lurking in the background and not liking? Give us some love. Happy to say I've met Ethan at a couple of my local shows. Funny dude. Seems like he's got a really good, outgoing personality, funny to deal with, very much stays within his character. He reminds me MJF that way, kind of always, he's kind of always on to some degree. People act like they have never seen an ad before. Fake outrage, right? I really, Bernard, believe that the time of matches, commercials, things like that don't get talked about when the wrestling's really good. If people are not enjoying the shows, they really start kind of picking on that stuff. We do it here too. Oh man, another commercial, because nothing cool happened between the commercials, so we're just fucking. Let's go, Ricky. It's everywhere, KJ. The wife and I were going to see Kenny Chesney this month at the Sphere in Vegas and realized in order to do so, I know, right? Like crazy. I would love to take in a show at the Sphere. I know Zach was just there recently. But again, you get to the point now where I live, the government has legislated, like, once those tickets go on sale, you can't mark them up. And that's a huge breath of fresh air. Very much, with the Toronto Maple Leafs being so popular, same thing with them. Like, you can't get your hands on tickets. But what happens, and I think a lot of fans have talked about this. I know Nick and I have talked about it before, but the higher the ticket prices go, the more you lose the good crowd, if that makes any sense. Like, you ever go to a sporting event and everybody in the expensive seats are boring as fuck, but somehow everyone that got the cheap tickets that are up top are having a fucking ball? Yeah, that's what you need in the buildings, right? If everyone in the first 100 rows are just sitting there on their hands, it makes for a really boring wrestling show. And we've talked a lot about that. If you're gonna pay the money to go watch the show, fucking enjoy it and bring the element to the game. Big super kick by Dragon Lee. Down goes Rusev. Apparently, boxing is more scripted than pro wrestling now. After the sick fight, was that the one with Ray J, where the man just starts throwing shit out after he lost? Which was he telling the truth, or was he just trying to save face that he got knocked out? But is that what we're talking about here? I don't know. I'm making shit up. Here comes Ray. Down goes Paige. A little bit of a slip there, but they made it work. If we have something to talk about during the commercials, it's not that bad, in my opinion. I mean, I've been spoiled as a wrestling fan in 2026, where ever since we got to Netflix, because we get stuff between, like, I don't notice the commercials anymore because during the commercial I'm getting interviews and such. But I noticed it at WrestleMania because even on Netflix there was so much downtime. I don't think you should ever have 45 minutes between matches unless you're like reassembling the ring. I don't fucking know. To me that's bad form. For a live event, that's fucking brutal too, by the way. Ray off the ropes, gets caught, wheelbarrow up onto Rusev. Hurricane Rana, down goes Rusev to the outside. Ethan jumps on Ray. Can we please have fun together because AEW does same damn thing on their shows? Facts. That's why we're having fun. We're talking about it. It's always fun, Denisha. Remember, no reason to get mad about it. On Raw today is Roxanne Perez, Julia, Io, and Lash. Okay, that one's today. All right, Damien. We're on the same page now, my guy. Page from behind. Ray kicks it too. So close. Blue Bear. What's up? Let's go. The cheap seats are where it's at. Facts, right? You ever, you go to an amphitheater and you get lawn seats because it's more fun. Get to fucking hang out. No one's bugging you about your vitamins. I got a phone. I scroll through shit while commercials are going. Facts. Ray J was hilarious. He said, we had to play, man. The fuck, bro? You weren't supposed to do that. My face hurts. Ba-ba. And yet somehow only his second most embarrassing moment he's had on film. Oh, Dragon Lee. Rusev into Paige. Paige goes down. Big knee from Dragon Lee. Ethan's wobbled. So it looks like Lee Ray might pick up the win here. Tope Dragon. Down goes Rusev. Oh, the Tyson Fury. Oh, yeah, okay. My bad. Wake up. For the belt, the last week it was losing to a nobody, and then they suspiciously stopped the fight. And Ray gets the win. He hit the springboard splash for the W. The Super Bowl has a lot of ads too. Facts, right? And I generally feel like when shit's good, people don't talk about the side shit. Right? I think the same thing would apply. Like, I mean, with AEW, when they're going well, we don't notice all the little the nitpicky stuff kind of gets overlooked a little because we're enjoying it. Ray and Lee get the W. Facts. I feel like Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee have been semi-tag team partners for the better part of 2 years. As Penn is talking to Pierce. Absolutely. I feel you. I didn't think you were mad at all. So Penta's going to be defending his title, I think, open challenge style. And LA's here not overly happy with Pierce at the moment. Yeah. Dugaunt. Tommaso Ciampa on Saturday explained why he attacked Jericho. He don't like him and he wants revenge. He will see him on Wednesday. Fair enough. I still don't like it. I know why it's happening. I can map out Jericho's entire AEW run, and I can show you the entire pathway that he has chosen. I understand why Ciampa's in this position. If the reason, at least he gave a reason, I'll put it that way. And Ciampa coming out with the 100 or 1,001 reasons I hate Jericho was pretty funny. I will give him credit on that. I just think Jericho holds down a guy like Ciampa. Ciampa should be fighting better talent. Jericho's not it. I will pull you out. So LA Knight wants Roman bad. Pierce says he's not happy about the bloodline back together. Oh, shit. LA Knight accusing Pierce of being in bed with the bloodline. Putting Pierce's one up. Interesting. Tommaso Ciampa is calling out Jericho for Wednesday. He called them out on Saturday when he wasn't there. Facts. Night is hilarious. That was good. And he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder right now, as he should. No one is complaining about the ads. We are complaining about the amount of ads and when they do their ads. Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, I do think someone made a fair comment of pointing out, like, we get mad at that, but we also get like a Wednesday night 9:58 commercial. Interesting choice and placement. But I agree. I mean, I do think that many complain. We're not complaining about the ads. No, but I think that's the topic we were on. I don't think they're as noticeable when you're enjoying the show. Like I said, WrestleMania, you couldn't avoid it, even if you were enjoying the show. It was so many ads. And the placement drives me a little nuts. The constantly going to commercial like 30 seconds into a match bothers me. I can't stand no selling, and I'm not a fan of the PWGAW style of wrestling. That shit looks fake to me. I like American wrestling, old school, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Lucha. I'm with you. And that's one of my biggest issues. When people throw around the claim of we're the best wrestle, but you have to play within the rules. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters saying they're the best NBA team. But if they actually had to play an NBA game, are they really? You know what I mean? Like, I always say this, like, AEW's got that street ball, the 3-on-3, your N1 vibe. That's what it feels like. Now, that's good shit, and there's some real good talent out there. But are they going to the NBA? Are they getting in there and winning championships and putting rings on their fingers at the highest of professional levels? But that, to me, is what we're looking at. WWE, very much that professional league, dialed in, corporate to the tits. And then you get, half court. That's what it feels like, right? It's tricky. It's the Harlem Globetrotters. It's the Savannah Bananas. And it's fun, but no one's going to accuse it of being actual baseball. So you don't see the cool stuff that the Savannah Bananas are doing and go, they're the best in baseball. No, we know. We get it. They're not the best in baseball, but they're fun. They're a good time. And that's, to me, AEW. They're fun. They're a good time. But to say they're the best, but they're not really doing it at the level, they're not really doing it within the confines of what they should be doing. Not having the rules, not having, having selective rules. If they were clear of like, here's how we do things, our rule book is different, that's fine, but it's never the case and it's inconsistent. Some matches have count outs, some matches have, no count out, and things just go everywhere. The logic going out the window becomes the problem. So the lack when, oh, yeah, they did a bunch of cool moves. It's the same thing I hear about Moxie matches. Like, oh, but he got dropped on spikes. Yeah, but the match was 35 minutes. Him falling on spikes was 6 seconds. And even if I liked the spike spot, everything else sucked. I think you got to make it believable. You got to make it work. Knight needs to know his place, acknowledge the chief. I don't think he's going to do that anytime soon. LA might win, might not, might be here, might not. So a special encore presentation of Noche Los Grandes, de Los Grandes. I left out the de. But yeah, they're doing it was such a good show. They're doing a special encore presentation on Netflix. What is happening? As right now we are getting a replay of what happened on Saturday. They're showing the crowd. They're showing the energy. But legitimately, AAA will encore their show on Netflix because it is so over. I think damn near 2 million clicks on the YouTube stream. I could be wrong, but I do think it's around 2 million. Again, when was the last time AAA was talked about in this regard? Literally have people out there going, just give Undertaker Triple H a job. Fuck that. The Italy crowd cheered when they said Julia was wrestling tonight. She's half Italian on her father's side. Yes. I did chuckle about this and make light of it a little bit, Misfit, of like, now we're getting to the point of like, they're half Italian, like on their grandmother's uncle's best friend's side. Like, they should be in a match. How dare they leave somebody who's 1/8 Italian? They brought their 23andMe to work. Like, I get it. I love Julia. She's half Italian on her father's side. I'm glad just to see her in something. I hope she does well today. But yeah, we are literally getting a replay of the mask versus match. Almost so many people have said match of the year. So many people have said storyline of the year. So many people have said booker of the year. So many people have said show of the year. Outstanding. Corporate to the tits. Yesterday, I watched MJF versus Pat Buck for the AEW World Title on Wrestling Pro Indie Promotion. Fair enough. How was that? I'm still here, folks. I'm still here. If you can't see me, I just need a minute. But yeah, no, how did that go? As now we go to, so now this is good for the WWE. And when we talk about other companies and the comparables sometimes, they're going to we're running back the video package of everything that happened with the Grande and OG Grande being revealed. So they are highlighting the fact that Chad Gable was unveiled. AAA making everyone mispronounce Spanish words is my favorite, right? Just in a blender, my guy, doing our best. They better show the entrance in full too, right? That was epic. Epic. Yeah, don't edit anything. The show was great. Literally. So dumb. Match vs. Match was legit legendary. And yeah, match of the year at Noche de los Grandes, Night of the Grandes. The blind guy's name was Ojitos. LOL. Well, and again, what I liked about that was it would play a part earlier in the story, right? So you have all these callbacks during the match, which makes the storytelling so beautiful. Absolute cinema. That's what happened. Facts. I mean, it had the Rocky vibe. Moxley's been trying to do Rocky angles for 5 years. Chad Gable does Rocky better than anybody. El Lucha Tiger seems to be cooking with the booking. Fucking A. It really does. Like, I know my buddy Nick is like, but I think what it is, and what the AAA fans, the Mexican wrestling fans, the luchador fans, are so ingrained in the storytelling. And I mean, Undertaker, everyone can say, well, what does Undertaker know about lucha wrestling? Maybe not much, which, I mean, would be silly to think. But the fact is, the Undertaker spent, 30 years, telling stories. So much of Undertaker's gimmick was the story. The storytelling. Oh my God, it's got to be Kane. It was the story. Paul Bearer, that son of a bitch. Yeah, the story. So Undertaker understands story. And then when you see that story, you connect it and go, oh, okay. Why is Grande versus Grande one of the biggest matches of the wrestling year when it was so disliked by so many? Because of the story. So I'm with you, Lady B. Lucha Taker is smoking. All right, I'm going to put a poll up for this one. And then I may just go blank screen for a moment to catch my breath. But who wins this one? You guys can let me know. But this should be an excellent match. I have high hopes for this Diddy here. Pause. No, not that guy. No Diddy. Diddy. Dittiy. Diddy. Don't get it confused. So Io, Julia, the genius of the sky. Io's got to be a favorite, doesn't she? Legend. I mean, that's a big deal with Lash. Lash has been on the scene killing it. But Perez, Io, and Julia being in the same match is amazing. Lash, the big body, the little bit of the outlier in the crew. KJ, would a program between Royce and Jacob be good idea? Maybe not right now because I think Jacob and Royce are in similar. They have similar kind of needs as far as being what they're doing. Like Jacob, you know, he's got to stay strong. And my fear, you don't want to run it too long with these guys. I think right now you want to get Royce involved in stuff. Like, I mean, two big guys having a match would be fun. I don't know if at this time, an angle would quite work with them, but maybe one day. Never say never. Two guys that do know each other from past. That was a pretty good match. Teacher versus student. Pretty good. Pretty good. This makes me want to watch this show. This is good. I'm actually probably going to rewatch AAA on Netflix just because. And it was that good. Is Chad Gable the most underrated wrestler right now? I think Chad Gable was the most underrated wrestler. I think a lot of people are rating him at the moment that have changed their mind. I see a lot of like podcasters and pundits shooting out there. Oh, Chad Gable underrated. They should have been booking him. We knew he was always talented, but being in this gimmick, making it work, and getting it to this point is one of the greatest kind of like character things we've seen in wrestling in a long time. They could have made him Grande, and he could have made it shit, and it could have went away. Then he got hurt, and congrats to Ludwig because he also could have been like, "You want me to be a luchador?" No, but he made it his, and they made it. They were so into it that it worked, and they sold us on it. So yeah, is Chad? Chad is a guy that definitely is due for some flowers. Chad is a guy due for some booking that rewards him for what he's contributed at this point. I think you can bring Chad back to the WWE as a baby face or a heel, either work, but you got to make him serious now. Whatever Chad does next, he has to be serious about it. If he's playful, if he's with like the Alpha Academy again, it will taper off. You got to keep Chad serious, whether he's in a good mood or a bad mood. If he could technically stay in AAA and chase, but I don't think that's going to happen. Very much felt like a goodbye and an end of the story. And I do think Grande turns towards Dom Dom. But I think Chad is a guy that could come do some stuff. And I think if booked proper, Chad is like the little engine that could, the Daniel Bryan type where he's never really supposed to be a champ, but he's so good. We all want to see it. But here comes the beautiful madness. AAA Taker cooked. It's crazy. I'm sure Undertaker is a quick learner for sure. And I mean, he's been around him. I mean, the guy's from Texas. I'm sure, all those years in the ring, he didn't just like every time a lucha match came on, go like, oh no, fuck that. I mean, he's been in the ring with some really good luchas in his career. So, I mean, it would be a little naive for Taker to have the illustrious career that he had to not have it pay into some knowledge of what's around him. Now, not all that do can coach, but again, Taker was. Think of how many months. Like we talk about where fans get antsy about guys not working. There was times where Taker wouldn't. We wouldn't see him for 3 months. Then his story would build for 3 months. Like you just get like lightning bolts every 2 weeks for like 4 months. People, all right, I guess Taker's coming back eventually. Then he show up and be like, "You're gonna rest in peace," and we had a match. So, but Taker understands that story, right? This is a guy that was, pretended to be dead for so long in a convincing way. I don't know about you. I closed my eyes when Sol Ruka I pictured Liv. Interesting, Nicholas. Yum Yum's match time. Let's go.
Yum
We'll throw
Yums.
it. OG on it. Let's do this. What's up, Boston? How you doing, buddy? I want Chad and Penta again. Yeah, Chad Penta. There's some good names here. I mean, even if you think about it, like, and it sounds like a mismatch, which I like, but like Braun Breaker, Chad Gable, having that wrestling kind of background and that attitude, that could play well. Chad's the underdog, Braun's the bully picking on him. But here comes Lash Legend, who has to be considered a potential threat in this for sure. Forgot about Raw today. I've been refreshing my phone all day until AJ Brown is a Patriot. Is that actually going to take place? All right. Click that bell, my guy. Ludwig is an Americano, is over in Mexico as Hogan was in the USA. It was epic. There was celebrations in the street. There were people leaving the wrestling shows like with cutouts of Ludwig or there's Grande or Americano. It was so big. And I think we talked about it on Saturday night. Like if Ludwig takes on Dom and Dom just shits on Ludwig at every turn, but you keep building it and you keep building it. When you get to Triple Mania, Ludwig gets that moment. They again, it might be a national holiday in Mexico, like the Great Americano. Like when we started the whole Grande thing, they created all that fake lore. Grande was here in all these years and this tradition, and now they're actually creating legit Americano lore. It's insane. They show the encore of Mass vs. Mass following Raw. That's crazy. My Rams got Myles Garrett. The season is over. Let's fucking go. All right. I wouldn't count those chickens. Hey, you're going to rest in peace, Undertaker? Probably. I'll be watching another AAA encore to support AAA numbers. That's good. I like that. Last week's Dynamite drew 704. Good numbers for NHL playoffs. Yeah, I don't like when we chime in with verse NHL playoffs. Every night of the week, 24, like every month, all year, there's other things going on. The only time I hear up against is Dynamite's numbers. I never hear Raw was up against or SmackDown was up against. It's always Dynamite was up against. And how many fans did they really lose to the NHL? The sickos are going to watch. That being said, in this time in history, 704 is a good number for them. I think they can do better, but 704 is good. Take the wins.
Yum yum.
Speaking of wins. Oh, Julia's got the choke. All right. 68% of the chat going EO. Everyone else got 11%. That's pretty magical. Everyone got 11. It's happening. Dun, dun, dun. That's crazy. All right. Nick's going to be thrilled with the Patriots getting better. I want El Grande Americano versus LG Generico. Hey, let's do it. If you send Sammy to AAA, and I know MDB, we might actually agree on this. But if you send Sammy like as El Generico to AAA, it might get over. Might fucking work. Julia or Lash win it. All right. I want Roxanne to win. I'd like Roxanne to win. That'd be kind of fun. Especially with Liv being on the other side. Could you get to the finals? And it'd be like, well, what if the semifinals is Roxanne versus Raquel? Liv's in the other semifinal. Liv makes the final and then has to take on one of them two. This could be a Judgment Day heavy tournament. As Rox in the middle with Julia, and Julia slaps the taste out of her mouth. I felt the slap. Perez returning fire. Big forearm. Throwing back. Lash is a whole lot of woman. Diana Rossini is signing a bonus for AJ Brown. Moving on. Ooh, okay. Boston just wait till August. Why? What happens in August? Roxanne for the win. I kind of want Roxanne to win. I'm not gonna lie. I think if I had to, but Io, I understand why everyone makes Io the favorite. E-I-E-I-O. But we are rolling, folks. Don't be alarmed. I'm still here. We're still talking. The month after July. No shit, Sherlock. Well played, though. Damian Lyon again. Stop that. Hashtag double rainbow. Official. Finn Balor has been traded to SmackDown. Now, that has not been talked about, and I have not seen that in an official capacity, though people did notice it on the graphic. Hashtag Snow Mexico. As Last Legend has 3 women and a sharpshooter. We got the human centipede happening on Raw tonight. You heard me. It was 400K on Friday. Suddenly now it's 700K. Wait, it went up? Yeah, what are we doing? 400K sounds more realistic. El Grande Americano versus Dirty Dominic will be epic for Triple Mania. Yeah, I think so. Right? You set up the angle where Dom and his dad are not getting along, and Ray as GM makes the match. And then therefore, I still think there's an opportunity for Dom to go after his dad's mask. Right? He's pissed off at his dad because he lost the belt to Americano. The fans rejoice and go nuts. But then Dom is pissed at his dad and wants to fight him. I think we can get to there. Maybe Ray says, you know what? Putting this mask on every time I leave the house kind of sucks. So did we ever figure out why Finn Balor is... That I think we're just touched on that, Boston. Apparently he's moving to SmackDown. Damien says it's official. I haven't heard anything. August. Does that make... Are you part of the Leo Club too? Or are you just after Leo? There you go. August 9th. MDB 25. Oh, so you miss Leo. Still like you. It's all right. It's summer birthday. We'll find some way to get you in the party. This is a stupid spot. Very indie. The crowd's a little quiet at the moment. It's kind of got a little slow. We're picking up the pace, though. Roxanne's standing out, though. And for a little ball of fury, Roxanne definitely stands her ground. You're in commercial. I still got the match rolling, and Roxanne, big back elbow on Io. Roxanne, Io, I'd love to see them go 25 strong. Michael Cole and Corey Graves sitting on commentary about Finn being traded. Okay, thank you. The original gangster, El Grande. Let's go. I'm all for Finn Balor to SmackDown if it means we can finally end this shit with the Judgment Day. That is becoming boring. Well, I think it's funny because I do feel like the male side of the Judgment Days, obviously had issues. Finn going after Dom, had the street fight with JD McDonough. But ultimately, yeah, maybe it's something fresh for Finn. I'm okay with that. I mean, there is a Bullet Club connection back over there. I want Queen Roxanne versus Liv in the final. I think that'd be great. I really do. And it would force that other side, like Boston just said. We can, kind of take apart the other part of JD. As Io's waking the crowd up. I feel like she kind of paid homage to Kyrie with the bullet train. But lash in, choking Io. Oh, grabs her by the head. I'm a Taurus. I got the same birthday as The Rock. Whoa, there you go, solution. All right, 93, a youngster. I like it. I got a decade, but it's okay. But what would Finn do on SmackDown? I hope go for Cody. If you're going to put him over there, go for Cody. There's history there. They can talk about that history. They can play into it. Isn't that what I said? Probably. Could the wild card be Jamie Hayter? It could be. I mean, it would almost be anticlimactic if it was. I think if you're going to leave a wild card spot open like this, as we get a leg sweep DDT combo by Perez, and the crowd applauds a little bit, and then a handstand knee drop. 2 count, 2 count, 2 count. Not going to lie, if Roxanne loses, I'm probably going to lose interest in the women's. There's a lot of talent, though. There's a lot of talent, my guy. But I hear you. Elijah, oh my God. I just wanted to put the emphasis on my birthday. I'm just saying random shit back. All right, I'm trying. Emphasize that shit. Let's go. EO to the top. Trying, Jose. I'm glad you approve. I always look for, see how you're feeling about it. Kobe Day is right before my birthday. Fair enough. International broadcast set it on commentary. Okay. I'm a Virgo. Late September. There you go. There you go. Right after Kobe Day. Summer's around the corner. It's feeling summery here right now. I have the advantage. I get summer year round, but that's a different story. The crowd is feeling oozy. Even in Canada, I found a way. Canada. What else? No, Mexico, Canada. You guys are ridiculous. SmackDown returns to Philadelphia August 7th. Let's go. Seth wins King of the Ring versus Roman at SummerSlam. Make it happen, Hunter. That could be a thing. But Seth has a lot of things going on, so we'll see. EO back to the top. Looking for it. And EO Sky advances. Pinning Julia. Sorry, Julia. It's full blow summer in Cali. The sun is killing me. Let's go. That's some real heat. EO with the whip. Boo. Come on, leave EO alone. I like Perez. I do, but, we figured. I mean, people were mad. Poor EO got shafted. Rhea had to, fill in for Naomi or fill in for Bianca, and EO kind of got forgotten. So EO winning the Queen of the Ring, not bad for EO, right? I agree. If Roxanne lost and Sky wins, I'm going to be really annoyed because it's like Sky doesn't need this, and even though I love her, but she doesn't need it. I mean, again, we use that word need. I always struggle with the word need. I think EO is one of your best, one of the best women in your division. So her challenging for the Queen of the Ring doesn't bother me. Know who won't be there for SmackDown in Philly? AJ Brown. Want to know why? Because he's gonna be with Drake May in New England. Let's go. As I got Maxine in the back with Otis Tozawa and Adam Pearce. Ooh. Cheers. EO going after Rhea. Now, I mean, that kind of sets itself up nicely, Elijah, in the idea that if she wins, would she go after Rhea? And I like that. Oh, Maxine being rude. Otis says we always have your back, but he's bringing up her relationship with Theory. You might not understand it, but trust me. Interesting. Maxine trying to get Otis and Tozawa into the Vision. Which at this point, does the Vision need 14 members just because they're always hurt? About to go full toxic IWC on EO Sky, EO Hogan. You can't call her EO Hogan after being left off Mania the way she was. Marginalized for over Mania. So, yeah, you're gonna have trouble with me on that one. I don't mind EO winning. She deserves it, and the best should win. I said it here. I was rooting for Rox, but I have no problem with EO. AJ Brown with a young QB doesn't sound like a good mix. Interesting. Could it put a lot of pressure on May to make sure he's hitting Brown when Brown wants it? I know Brown can be a little temperamental, a little hot and cold. But Grande is here with the little Grandes. And they got microphones. Lucha's got a mic. I guess Grande has a mic, would have made more sense. My ex-brother is on weekend the 12th on. All right, Roman. That leads to EO turning on Rhea because they called EO Rhea's pet. Yeah, for sure. I think so. I think there's a story to be told there. I have no problem. Maybe Otis can use a repackage. I just don't know if you can pull it off. I don't know if Otis, no matter what you do with Otis, I think it's Otis. But they proved me wrong on that one. You might be onto something, but they have to show me. I don't believe it. She's already made herself relevant. Why because she needs wins, man. Because she's fucking at the top of the division. If she never, because she's already up there, she shouldn't win? That's crazy, bro. What are we talking about? And again, fickle fans, they just bumped her out of WrestleMania. Nobody cares about EO. Poor EO. All right, we'll give her the Queen of the Ring. Oh, that's stupid. Why are they booking her? EO Hogan. EO's doing fucking all. EO doesn't have a rivalry. She just beat Asuka. But what is she doing? So getting one of the best women in your division involved, if that's a bad choice, what are we talking about? That's like putting your starting point guard on the court and someone being mad about it. She is that. So she should win, or then you'll be bitching about what happened to poor EO. They booked her like shit, now nobody cares. Can't have it both ways, Paul. Roxanne needs gold, man. Fuck this shit. Roxanne will get her time. She's the prodigy. And I agree. I love Roxanne. I'm a big fan. I want her to beat Liv. Tozawa in the division is like putting Tozawa in the Tozawa in the division is like putting Tozawa in the vision, right? Ah, clever. Now we go to a clip of Danhausen talking to Stephen A. Smith. Very Nice, Very Evil presents. What is this? A Danhausen documentary. Very Nice, Very Evil Productions. All about the Knicks. Stephen A. Smith is cursed. Better be nice. So where's this leading to? As right now, Danhausen, again, we were arguing last night, and I said in the world of wrestling, Danhausen is more over, more known, more popular than MJF. I think I'm right. I think Danhausen, he's feuding with Stephen A. Smith on some level. He's cursing the Knicks. What are we doing? Am I crazy? If you walked around your city asking people, do you know who Danhausen is? Or do you know who MJF is? Who wins the vote? She deserves it. I'm with you. She deserves it. You have EO, like, again, one of the prime people in your division. She's got to win stuff. Oh, I'm so sick of it. What the fuck are we talking about? Oh, the Patriots don't have a number one receiver. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Brown will get his fair share of targets from May as an ex-receiver. I mean, undeniably, it's got a whole lot of potential, Boston. Again, worried it could be volatile, but I think if he's getting the ball and he's happy, I mean, the sky's the limit. Again, much to some fans out there, that's going to be fucking annoying. As we're in the back, Bird Lady sees Ruka. Lyra and Ruka are going to put on a good match if you go that way. Mini luchas. All right, now I can't click on anything. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. EO Hogan. Yeah, I mean, makes no fucking sense considering she just got pushed out by Rhea Hogan. The fuck are we talking about? Bird Lady and Belly Yum Yums and Bailey Yum Yums. Said belly jokes. There we go.
Yum Yums.
There's some for Dale. Seems like I'm dragging a little here. Yeah, Bailey will be in AAA for Saturday, as she will be in a six-woman battle for the title. They're advertising the Mass First match repeat on Netflix has been better advertised than the main event of Collision on Wednesday. The lights out. They barely spoke about it. They have not stopped talking about a repeat show. The Knicks are cursed. Danhausen, it's so funny. It cracks me up. He's killing it. He really is. And even someone like Danhausen, I've seen some fans oh, yeah, he's good. Nah, we're over it. Like, so fucking quick. I have no problem with Io Sky winning the match. Absolutely not. That's crazy talk. Roman's got to step aside for the next gen. What about Io? I don't think anyone here has made that argument as far as Roman has to move aside for the next gen. And again, I would argue that Io is not ready to do that either. Io's at the height of what she's doing. So, yeah, I don't think so. So next week from Paris, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Green, and Becky. Again, a who's who. Very interesting. I think Green might be there to take a pin, which I feel bad for. But yeah, we're in Paris next Monday, special time. Now we're back with JD, and they are upset, or Roxanne's upset. Why wasn't Raquel at her side to help her win? See, Roxanne's mad and Liv is happy. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, right. Io is good. She can help shine just anyone in that division. She's one of the best they have. She's one of the best anybody could have. So why wouldn't you use her? Why would you not give her a win? She doesn't need this. So what does she need? How do you keep her relevant if she doesn't win stuff? If we get Rio Io, I will change my tune. That's fair. And I think that, to me, is intriguing. And it makes me think, can Io win it? Can Io win it? I don't know. But I like the idea of Io going after Rhea. Yeah, the Judgment Day falling apart at the seams. 3 Yum Yums. I'll give you one. There you go. More Yum Yums.
Yum Yums. Yum Yums.
So Liv just wants to have fun like girls do. And Roxanne's pissed. Raquel's kind of supportive of Roxanne. And Liv just losing a handle on everybody. Yeah, KJ Hogan. Let's go. BBL, Bailey. I'm just guessing. It looks all natural. Just guessing. But we are set and ready for the main event, folks, as it looks like Seth Rollins on his way out to the ring. He will take on Braun Breaker. And I will put a poll up for this one. All right, poll going up. We're in the main event already, on the hour, heading into the second hour right now, folks. But who wins? Who wins? Who takes the W? How does this play out tonight? Is anything going to happen that really makes us go, holy shit? But Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, this has been a long-standing rivalry, a long, deep-seated issue between Braun Breaker, who took over the Vision from Seth Rollins, who got hurt. And as much as we've watched the injuries decimate the Vision over and over, the hatred between Seth and Braun still exists. Pats are his favorite team. Vrabel. That's close enough. He is his favorite coach, and Drake is a fantastic quarterback who excels at accurate mid-deep passing. I can feel your excitement coming through the message. Like I really can feel it. It's crazy. But yeah, let's go. Let's go. Again, they surprised everyone to be where they got, where they were as it is. Adding more weapons is only going to, again, piss a lot of people off. Is Max Domi's career over? He's definitely having a rough time. I don't know. I don't want it to be. Fun fact is, I grew up in the same area as Max. Max is younger, but I coached against him, and a talented kid all the way up through Toronto. But he's one of the few guys that on Toronto actually have some bite, that are a little scrappy and have some sandpaper. The Maple Leafs are a very soft team, and losing Max's chippiness is not going to help them. I don't know if I'm missing a part of the story, but yeah, I hope he's doing all right. Can people not just have fun and watch professional wrestling? I mean, again, it would be hypocritical for me to push that narrative too hard, because it's what we do. But not everything sucks. Every decision they make is like, if Roxanne would have won, other people would have been mad. Like you got to understand, we can't please everybody. We really can't please everyone. And I think what more fans need to do, I just did it. I just went through the whole thing. I showed you. I literally talked during the match about the idea that I want to see Roxanne get a W. I think it'd be cool. Could we get Roxanne and Liv in the finals? Would that not be something? And then you would force Judgment Day to crumble. But that doesn't mean that when EO wins, I'm like, oh, fucking shit. My idea didn't happen. No, I still understand. And again, the idea that EO shouldn't be winning. EO's one of the best. People were mad that she wasn't winning enough. I don't know what you want us to do. A late yums. They mentioned Ricky Starks. Okay. So Ricky's out. Roxanne doesn't look happy at all. Nope, she not good. Yeah, I got a report in the chat. I haven't confirmed it, but someone mentioned that Ricky might be injured. Why the hell is Liv in the Queen? She's already champ. She wants the other belt. She wants the other belt's the answer. I don't love it. To be honest with you, Cooper, I would rather she's not in the tournament. You have other talent that could be in this tournament. There you go. But we'll find out. But yeah, she wants both belts. Which, again, she wants to be ambitious and go after 2 titles. Fine. Maybe not my first choice, but that is the reason. I like it. I just don't understand. Fair enough. That's cool. I'm cool. We still get JD, girl drama. Hopefully we will get Roxanne and Liv at SummerSlam. I think so. If I was booking Bernard, Roxanne, Liv, builds till SummerSlam. Right? You can even have like a match at one of the shows in between, a Saturday Night Main Event or another, that this happens. But right now, Seth's just standing in the middle of the ring being serenaded at the highest of levels by the Italian crowd. Girls just want to have fun. Roxanne gonna turn. Yeah, absolutely. She's fed up with this shit. Seth looking around, just smiling. And here comes Braun Breaker. And here we go. I did put a poll up. I couldn't remember. I don't know how I feel about this song. Break and Destroy by Def Rebel. Got Seth for the win. Seth, main event. I'm leaning that. I'm wondering if nobody wins this one. I'd be very tempted with a nobody vote, which makes me a little nervous to end the show on a nobody, but I don't know. This might be more story than match. Years ago, I met Danhausen on accident. Didn't even know who he was at AEW show. He was sitting at a table at Ring of Honor, and I thought to myself, this guy is not going anywhere, right? Crazy. And it's funny because I'm sure there was other people that you met where you're like, this guy's going to be a star. I know I have. And then they just, it doesn't translate. It doesn't become a thing. It's crazy how the life works out, and the most unexpected characters can get where they're going with the right approach, right attitude, and some luck. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think, but I wouldn't fault you for thinking that at all, right? I mean, nice guy. This is cute. Now he's there on ESPN arguing with, Stephen A. Smith, cursing the Knicks, making news, making headlines. Do we want a holy shit moment or something that makes sense? We don't. Russo book it. Bernard, I like you, man. Like, hold up, KJ. Don't go crazy. I mean, we can have something happen that still makes sense, I hope. Seth for the win, the visionary. How many times we get this main event? As many times as we need. Yeah, it's called the rivalry. Don't worry, keep tuning in. We'll keep teaching you how this works. But yeah, it's probably been a main event less than you think. And Seth Braun Breaker is probably one of the bigger stories of 2026 for WWE. So yeah, you're probably going to get it a couple more times too. And over the years, probably a handful. These two are going to be connected for a while. Braun for the win, says Scott. How you doing, Scotty? Hope you're well, sir. Vegas Knights in the Stanley Cup final is crazy. They had less wins than the Panthers. It was almost like they saved their energy. Fucking Vegas, man. Vegas has been interesting franchise. Bold moves, don't really adhere to kind of like some of the traditional vibes within the hockey world. All the power to them. They want to win. But, coaching change right before the playoffs and shit. But big suplex. Seth goes for the ride. Yeah, they're a bit annoying because they get under people's skin because how they operate. But kudos to them. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Vegas, Carolina on paper, out loud, you're like, whoa, that doesn't sound like the most hockey of finals that I've ever heard of. But Carolina's battled to get here, and Vegas has been here. 60% of the chat going Seth, 25 going nobody, 15. So Braun coming in as a bit of an underdog here. Does Liv get screwed by Roxy in her match? Very potentially. Or maybe Liv finds a way to win the semifinal. The quarterfinal, the fatal four-way, and then loses the semi because of the, does that add to Roxanne's jealousy? As over the barricade, the plants fall. And Braun signaling to the crowd as they bark. We go to a commercial break. Could Bronson... yeah, like, I don't know what his timeline is. Like, the thing about Bronson's injury is it's super serious. So, we don't know how close he is. Liv can win the Queen of the Ring and fight herself, like Jim Carrey and Liar Liar. Do it. Piss everybody off. She wins, comes out on the Raw after and says, I challenge me, and pins herself. Right? Just so no one else could challenge her. I'm not her birthday next week. Not on her birthday next week. All right, okay. Evil. Got some evil smiles going on. Oh, big clothesline breaker. The man just sprints into shit. Especially on her birthday, I would do it instantly, turn Roxanne mega face, and make her a star. Highly possible. Happy birthday to you. Paul Heyman looking good. He's in his I'm happy demeanor right now. We know you can always look at Paul Heyman and kind of tells you where he's at in a storyline. So he looking good, feeling fresh. He's ringside for guys like Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, Brock Lesnar. He's feeling pretty good. And Italy breaks out into an ECW chant. Seth for the win. It's still hard for me not to refer to him as Paul E. Dangerously. It really is. It just fits, right? The Paul E. part, and like I catch myself doing it all the time, right? But yeah, it just always feels like, that's how that's supposed to fit. Luck is when preparation and opportunity meet. KJ Jose, I love it. As a man of manifestation and all the positive vibes, I love the thought, and I really do. Is again, a lot of people get lucky and aren't ready for it. So let's go, and I love it. Do you think that Mike Santana leaves TNA in July and joins WWE? I do think there's an opportunity there for Mike Santana to make a transition and become something even bigger. I think, if he stays in TNA, what else does he do in TNA? Who are they going to line up with Mike Santana over the next year, 2 years to make him interesting, relevant, catchy? Has he run that course already? How many times can you do Mike Santana Macklin, for example? I don't know if there's time and or location, but I'm loving Raw 8.9 at 10 right now, and I'm a harsh critic. Almighty, I'm glad you're enjoying it. We are live from Italy in the afternoon today. Again, tomorrow we're back 7:45, Wednesday 7:45, Thursday 8:45, Friday 1:45. All the 45s. But the best thing you can do, click the bell on your screen. You will get a notification letting you know when we are on and popping. Plus, you can join our Discord. It will notify you there as well. As right now, Braun Breaker just slapping the shit out of Seth. Seth's returning fire. How does Braun have a tag title? You just can't give it to someone. Well, Anthony, Paul Heyman says you can, and he did. Yes, it might be a little bit lazy, a little bit easy, but kind of like a Freebird rule, right? Of, we lost this guy, but we're gonna allow Braun. So Braun and Austin Theory are officially your tag champs. ESPN and other outlets report Myles Garrett traded to the Rams. Okay, so it's starting to come out. Starting to get confirmation. True or false? Braun runs the fastest before hitting a spear compared to any other spears. The clotheslines, the spears, a lot of what he does is so explosive, right? Like, I mean, big flying elbow. Down goes Seth. Main event ended in DQ. I sense it is very possible. I kind of feel that way too, Osama. I think this would have got a nobody vote from me. Yeah, he just, again, more explosive than just about anybody. Carolina waited for the Panthers and Tampa Bay to get out of their way. Facts. Sounds that way. Fan on the ground. Fans on the ground. What is it? Go back there. Return live next week. I mean, again, they're getting closer. They're making it very obvious. They are making it extremely obvious that the Judgment Day are not on the same page. Liv's on one vibe right now, and it almost feels like Liv's going to become the babyface out of the situation, to be honest. That Rox Raquel might be the heel. It definitely feels that way. Sign me up for Bird Lady versus Sol Ruka for sure. Talent. Sabres fans still don't like Eichel. Oh, bitter. Bitter. For a reason. I mean, he didn't want to stay. He didn't want to help. But Buffalo coming. Big drop. Right? The Buffalo hockey team on the way up. Buffalo's football team, we don't know. But, yeah, Sabres had a wicked season this year. I mean, the good thing is they turned some of the assets they got for Eichel into something, and they're looking good. I voted nobody. Yeah, I can see that. Saturday, 27th, Night of Champions. We will be here live for Night of Champions, another brunch with the boys. It's going to be a good one. Working on a new brunch for the boys t-shirt. It was confirmed that Garrett was traded to the Rams a while ago. It's been there you go. There you go. Boston making it official. KJ, I was born in 98 and I still call him Paulie D. Just blame the archives. Nice. I like it, Almighty. Let's go. Liv's birthday next week. I think they should ruin her birthday. Shit all over. Like, Dom gets her a cake and they just beat the shit out of her with it. That's it. Ruin her birthday. I'm so tired of all the sentimentality in wrestling. It's in his hometown. It's her birthday. Her mom was in the front. I don't care. So if it's her birthday next week, ruin it. I give Triple H a lot of shit, but he's a fan of the old school way, like the Dusty Finish Flair type of feuds. So he does book a lot of that, and people don't realize if there's small brains that can understand. I agree, Paul. Like a lot of Dusty finishes. I think my only concern at times is if you do all like if you're doing a ton of them or doing a lot of them, sometimes you don't. You got to be careful that not all your shows are ending on those Dusty finishes. That, or at least they're. If you're gonna do it that way, you got to make it cool. You got to. Oh, as Braun goes up, Hurricane Rana salutes the crowd on the way up and down. But yeah, I mean, again, I got no problem with the Dusty finish. I like when you build story. I don't mind that Gunther had his foot on the rope. I minded everything around it. Too simple, too easy, too like a layup. It just just tap it in, tappy, and that's what they felt. That's what they did. But yeah, you're right. He is a fan of that old school, complicated, messy finish, protect everybody kind of vibe, but still with the goal of paying something off down the road. How long is European tour? They are back not next Monday, the Monday after. So, SmackDown. So we got Monday this week right here, right now. We're in Italy. Friday, we are still in Europe. Monday, we're in Paris. And then Friday, we are back to the U.S. Someone out there can correct me if I'm wrong. As both men are down on the floor on the outside of the ring. That would be awesome way to quit your job. Walking into your boss's office and throw everything off his desk and look at him and say, I quit. And then pull his ass through the table, put his ass through the table. Yeah, right? If only. I'm sure we've all dreamed about, power bombing some asshole boss through a table for a time or two. TNA Slammiversary, AW, and New Japan, and CMLL, Stardust, Forbidden Door, June 28th. Yeah, I don't know if we really have to call out all those. I'm really curious how much presence everyone's going to participate in Forbidden Door. This will be very cool to watch, though. Tony Khan's going to go all out for Forbidden Door, but I'm recommending that, as they should, and you would expect them to, as both men just slapping each other, punching. It's broken down. They're swinging away. The crowd's cheering. Now they're tired. Braun on his knee, sat to the jaw. TNA always goes big for Slammiversary. Either 1 or 1A, depending on how you look at it, for their shows annually. Slammiversary is always a big show. I can't tell you the last time Slammiversary didn't have a big surprise. But under this climate in the wrestling world, I expect TNA to go big here. And you heard it from me, and we'll see what happens. But I could honestly see maybe a little dusting of WWE presence to maybe help move that needle. But they are on the same night at the same time, June 28th. We will be here live for TNA Slammiversary and Forbidden Door, and then we're back the next day for something as well, I believe. I could be wrong. But nonetheless, that's going to be a hell of a Saturday night here on this channel. Saturday's always rock and roll. We are going to be looking at a busy night. 2 big, long pay-per-views. I don't know that I can get excited for Forbidden Door at this point in history. I don't. Tony's going to have to prove me wrong. So I think this is a good chance for Slammiversary to have the pay-per-view of the night. Oh, Seth drops Breaker down. They go into a triangle, but Seth gets brought up. Powerbomb. Off campus better than Raw. Come on now. That weekend will be stacked. Let me just double check the calendar here. I will remind everybody in June we do have our Half-Life Feast coming up. That is our half-year awards. We were one of the first people out there to start doing a half-year awards. So we're pretty pumped about that. I know you'll see some others popping up and doing it now, which congrats to them. But yeah, that's where we get really excited for the award shows, the 4 Lifeys, the Golden KJs, if you will. Looking at June, we also got a members only coming up on June 14th. And I do believe we're going to work on getting some other content in here. Night of Champions on the 27th of June. And yeah, at 11 a.m., we're going to be live. And then June 28th, Forbidden Door and Slammiversary. So we're starting the weekend early and we're ending it super late. Here we go. That's how that's going to look. AEW also has Summer Blockbuster, kind of their special Dynamites coming up in June as well. But yeah, you're right. Stacked weekend. Does game 1 of the Stanley Cup go over or under 5.5 goals? Over. Carolina's a volume team. They love shooting the puck. Ask Montreal. Vegas loves scoring goals. And, goaltending, though it can be good, I'm going over 5.5 for sure. Freddie's Freddie. But yeah, very curious. Taker needs to control Raw and SmackDown. Maybe. It's been a moving idea. This Raw has been fun, though. It's been a good Raw. This is a great main event, what our tribal is doing in here. Right? There's nothing wrong with this main event right now, and the crowd's into it. This main event will have an effect on their King of the Ring tournament matches for sure. Papa Seth still got it. Seth can go. Snatch their souls, Lady B. I love when I start from, where is it? There it is. I'm at work thinking about that now. Someone about to catch a soul snatcher in the break room. Jokes. You got to record it and tag us. Let's go. Just run into the lunchroom. Your least favorite coworker. Catching snatches everywhere. Pause. More AEW, nothing matches. Indie Ass Company. What's happening over there? It should be interesting. Wednesday's already filling up. But the wise man's got his hands in the air. Seth on the floor on the outside. I don't like the Cody Gunther match. Felt like they had just got it going when the match ended and the woman killed Clash. The men let us down. Yeah, I mean, I give Roman and Jacob credit. I thought it was really strong. I thought Becky did good. And I praise Rhea and Jade. And I think a lot of some of the naysayers out there will be like, yeah, it was a good match. Oh, pedigree! Shit, he's grabbing that knee. We know Seth's got knee history, but Braun Breaker goes for the spear. Seth hits the pedigree on the table. They explode the table back into the ring. Another pedigree. And that knee looks a little tender. 2. What a match. What a match, folks. We cooking. Big one. Braun still fighting, folks. How we feeling on a Monday? Ian Rappaport just announced the deal is done. A.J. Brown to the Patriots for a 2028 first-round pick and a 2027 fifth. Oof. All right. Austin Theory. Future world champion Austin Theory. Clothesline to the floor. Breaker hits the post. Seth out of the way. Big clothesline. The official. Austin Theory continues to be an impact on Monday Night Raw. Montez Ford, though, up and over, overshoots Theory a little bit. Catching snatches. Sean, I am indeed a Pats fan, clearly. Should have worn knee pads. I'll teach ya. Spear. Braun Breaker's going to get the win. Rollins kicks out. Deep two. Great match. Austin, the Impact Theory. I like it. Let's go. As Montez eats a spear from Braun as well. But let's go. Oh, shit. Rollins kicks Braun. Stomp. Breaker down. No way. He has elbow pads on his knees. Paul Heyman puts the foot on the rope. Michael Cole out of his seat, pissed off, yelling at Paul Heyman as Seth Rollins glaring. Paul Heyman saving his client. And I'm sorry for anyone out there that says this isn't working. Paul, Theory, Braun, yes, the contingent has been hurt, but they are a pain in the ass. And anyone they come up against, you are going to have to deal with all the parts. And Paul Heyman is a big part of that. Just when you think Seth is going to get the win, Paul Heyman says, not today, my friend. As Seth now stalking Paul Heyman. And I love the fact that Montez, getting some spotlight here. There you go. They're looking good, Jose. Undertaker booked this match. Seth's about to go to... Oh, Braun put Paul through that. No way. Braun puts Paul through the barricade. Heyman down. Heyman is down, folks. Holy shit. Heyman is down. Now Seth rolled into the ring with the title. Braun Breaker snaps. Big spear to Seth. But wait. Did we get a Goldberg? He speared the belt. Call the corner. Big stomp. This is it. So Seth wins, but we ain't done. Seth Rollins gets the win. Great match, great main event. Actually helps my overall feeling for the show. Paul down. I repeat, Paul down.
He's crashed.
So Braun Breaker sets up Seth for the spear in the infamous timekeeper corner that they love to blow up. And Seth gets out of the way. Paul Heyman takes the spear. The stretcher is here. And Seth gets a big win and continues to be a top guy in this company. And there we go. He did. DED dead. What a match. Great match. I liked it a lot. Seth using the title as a shield. I call that a Goldberg or a Bret Hart. Because that was what Bret did to Goldberg before getting kicked in the mouth. Braun is buried. They buried Braun. Right? Like, I want to hear the argument. Seth didn't need this win. Why is Seth winning this match? Braun spearing the title. This is awesome. So now you're going to have a very pissed off Braun who ripped his pants by the looks of it during the match. Seth gets revenge. Paul down, Seth on his knees. Braun Breaker at ringside. Montez Ford getting a shout out from Seth. Now remember, Montez was unhappy that Dawkins was getting involved, but Theory laid waste to everybody. And the crowd going nuts. Like, nice vibe leaving this show tonight. As we get the credits rolling out, Seth Rollins signaling he wants that title. Seth could make his own Shield group. I mean, he's been trying. He was going to do the Vision until that got blown up. So literally, we go to Corey and Michael Cole at the end of the show for one last pitch to AAA. The replay has been added to Netflix immediately after Raw. That is mind-blowing to me. Remarkable. That AAA's show was so good on Saturday, they said we're gonna air it right after this. Don't go anywhere. That is crazy. But folks, that is Raw. We have gone off the air. How you doing out there? How do you feel about the show? What did you like? What didn't you like? We take a rating out of 10 for every single show. So let me know as we get ready to head towards NXT tomorrow. Back at it at 7:45. But how did we like the follow-up to Clash in Italy? Division needs a new shakeup. Bro, Elijah, my guy, they've had nothing but shaken. They could use a little stirred at this point. And the only reason I disagree with you, and I don't mean, I think Nick have disagreed on this as well, they haven't really had a chance to all be together. So they're constant. Like, I want to see them come in and kind of have some cohesion. But right now, I mean, I think the pieces they have are fine. It's trying to get everyone healthy, I think. So I'm not quite sold on shake them up yet. And maybe you mean just like, let's add somebody or something. That might be a good idea, especially because apparently we need several people just in case. Seth Rollins has advanced to the second round. Yes, he has, Byron. Why can no wrestlers put a damn leg on a bottom rope? LOL, all weekend people messing up spots, right? Jokes. It's trickier than you think. Montez, Seth, and maybe Angelo, the new Shield. Maybe. Braun ripped his shorts. Yes, he did. This was so fake. The ref seen Paul move Braun's foot to the rope. I didn't catch that, Anthony. Maybe. That's a little nitpicky. 9 out of 10. Seth Rollins has advanced the second round. 10 out of 10. Legendary. They're ruining AAA back. They're running AAA back. Yes. Not ruining. Running. That's crazy. Like, they hyped it up all show. Like, that's pretty cool. Was a lot. Like, that's never happened before. Do they still have it playing on the Raw feed? That is crazy. Okay. So they didn't even have like a secondary feed. They've allowed the Raw feed to keep on Netflix to just keep playing. I fell asleep, so I'm glad I'm going to get to see it. Nice. 8 out of 10 says Elijah. I'm going to go watch it. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. If you have not seen AAA, it is currently on Netflix right now. Grande versus Grande, Mask versus Mask, Phoenix, the Laredo Kid. Or are they just doing the Mask versus Mask match? I think they're just doing the match. Okay, 9 out of 10. AAA was beautiful. 8 out of 10. Good night. Later, buddy. Mask versus Mask. Okay, there you go. Here we go. 8.5 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in that neighborhood. 7.5, 8. Like 7.75 seems fair. Kind of in that neighborhood. I know OG Dale. So Blue Bear said 8 out of 10. OG said 8 out of 10. 10 out of 10. My woman Soul, listen to this man coming in on Soul. Dale just walking like a pimp. I got all of them. Let's go. Good show. We might have to fight that one out a little, buddy. No, KJ, I mean that. What happened to Heyman? Oh, my bad. I completely ran a different way for it. The mouthpiece talking, Heyman's out. Be very curious how they play this up, right? And we've seen Heyman take quite a few bumps in recent memory, which is kind of interesting. 8.5 out of 10. Okay, people are pretty happy. 8. And now the encore presentation of Lucha AAA. They get like a bonus 0.5 for that. AW don't do this with CMLL. No, not at all. And I mean, it works a little different in the sense that that's a partnership between two separate companies, and AAA has been brought under this umbrella. But I will say this, for all the people that said WWE was going to ruin AAA, they've done nothing but excel. So I don't know how you're going to gangbang against it now. And I saw, even Meltzer and other people like Meltzer once upon a time talked about how bad this gimmick is in bad taste. Now, this is epic. This is probably nobody's going to beat this for match or story of the year. Well, thanks for catching up, Uncle Dave. 8 out of 10. King and Queen continue on SmackDown. We will be live for SmackDown early in the afternoon as well, 1:45. Don't forget that. 5 out of 10 without Liv Morgan. All right. Did you give a higher because you had Liv? Holy shit, Ludwig Zora is maxing in AAA. World champion status. Like I said, you set him up against Dom and let Dom be the irritating little shit that he is. Again, they are going to shut down all of Mexico to celebrate Grande winning the AAA title. But on this wonderful note from Jason, KJ in chat, see you tomorrow. I'm going to sign out. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to stretch my legs. I'm going to go barbecue some burgers, have some dinner, and have a good night, folks. Again, we are back tomorrow, 7:45. Check all the links below. Be a part of the shows. If you can hear my voice right now and you want to watch the show later, all the shows are down below. Make sure you click the links. We are also great to watch in a replay. We'll get you through a long day of work and so much more. But that is all she wrote on this one, folks. On behalf of Anthony, on behalf of Big Nick, I'm Mr. Every Night, KJ White. Have a good night. See you on the flip side.